Welcome in, guys. We're going to get started over on TikTok. Glad you guys are here. Happy Monday. Hello, guys. Good to see you. You ready? Okay. All right, let's see. What are you going to pick today? Oh, I think we got this one. Let's go here. Welcome on in, guys. How about with liking that screen and hitting the live goal? Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome on in, guys. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We're going to get started here in just a second. Show's on, Emma. Of course, this is Steely Dan. Of course. All right, let me bring up the backup, and then we can start having some conversations. All right, let's see here. Once again, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, let's see. Let me go ahead and we will unmute the tube. Welcome in on the tube. Welcome in on the TikToks. Glad you guys are here. And we're going to have some conversations tonight. If you voted for Donald Trump, you can hop in the box and we will have some chats.
Hello.
T, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you? What state did you vote in?
I'm 21, Oklahoma. But I'm trying to understand, like, the...
Hang on.
Sorry.
Hang on. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Hi. Just one sec. So, do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
Yeah, it's kind of two of them combined. So I'm trying to understand how you can basically be mad at Trump for his violations of the Constitution, but also be in support and support somebody's winning when they have also vowed to violate the Constitution, specifically Mamdani.
I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure that I'm following what you're saying. I don't know why you're talking about Mamdani. You live in Oklahoma, so I don't know why you care about.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
So hold on, time out. We're talking about Donald Trump here. If you'd like to talk about Mamdani winning in New York and why the Dems win big, I mean, I just had that up there because we're talking about the Dems had a big blue wave and they just absolutely crushed the Republicans 2 weeks ago. That we can talk about that, but I don't understand why you want to talk about Mamdani.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
So
could I explain?
Sure, bud.
Yeah, so specifically, when he is vowing to violate the Constitution, that is not only hurting New Yorkers, that
How
is
is
hurting
he
all
violent? Okay, hey, but
wait. Could
no,
I explain? Could I explain first?
No.
Wait, you didn't want me to explain, so then why did you?
Well, because dude, can you just calm the fuck down a little bit?
I didn't even get to
Relax,
finish.
dude.
You interrupted me.
Because you're like a little high strung here. Calm down. We're gonna have a conversation. All right. Number one, the mayor of New York. Okay, just so we're all entirely clear, because I used to live in New York. I live in Boston now, but I lived in New York. Have you lived in Oklahoma your entire life?
No, I just moved here specifically
From-
to do humanitarian work.
Awesome. From where?
I moved here from Texas, but I lived all over. I lived in D.C. I've lived in Virginia. I lived in New Jersey. So
Okay, great. So how is Mamdani going to violate the Constitution of the United States?
that's not what I claimed. That's
You
not what
literally
I claimed.
just said that
wait, let me
Mamdani is
clarify.
going. Nope, that's literally what you just said.
Wait, let me clarify. What I said is that he's vowed to break the Constitution. Now, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm not a fortune teller, but somebody vowing to do something and somebody actually doing it is distinct. So what I'm saying, one second, what I'm saying is that if you are crying foul at somebody actually doing the actions, you cannot
You
support
have
somebody
still haven't
when
said
they are
how
vowing to do the
Mamdani.
action.
Dude, can you shut the fuck up for a second? You still haven't
Can you
said.
stop being disrespectful, please? Like, come on.
Shut the fuck up. You still haven't said how
You're acting like a
Mamdani.
child. Could we stop?
You still haven't said how Mamdani is going to violate the Constitution. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'll tell you how. So you would have to let me explain, though.
I've
Just to be
I've been waiting. I've been asking you.
Oh
When
my
are you
God,
going
you're
to say
crashing
it?
out already? Okay, I'm going to say it now. Just to be very clear, so Mamdani has repeatedly vowed to arrest Netanyahu if he were to come to New York City. That would be a violation specifically. Let me explain. That
No,
would be
it's
a
not.
violation.
No, it's not.
Wait, okay, let me explain
No, it's
first.
not.
Okay,
So
I haven't
what's
even given my argument. I haven't even given my argument.
There is
Let
no
me-
argument. There is no argument. What's
You're
the
not
ICC?
letting me.
Shut the fuck up. Now it's my turn to talk. I let you talk. What's the ICC?
You didn't even let me give my explanation. You didn't even let me.
Shut the fuck up. It's my. Hey, bud. It's my show.
It's
I
the
let-
International Criminal Court.
Very good. It's the ICC. There you go. How would it be against the Constitution? How would it be against the Constitution? How would it be against the Constitution?
Yeah, I'll tell you how.
Wait.
Can I answer?
Hold on. I didn't even get to finish my question.
I didn't even get to finish. You didn't even let me
All right,
finish my
here's
statements.
what's going to happen, kiddo. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm just going to drop you because I didn't get to finish the question that I was asking you. Because if you let me finish my question with a clarifier, then you could answer it. If you're going to be an insufferable little prick, we're not going to have a conversation. Okay? It's real simple. You've interrupted me every single time I've gone to talk. Got it? Do you have any sort of understanding of how a conversation works?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. That's wonderful. So stop being an insufferable little prick and let me finish what I was saying. Okay?
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. How kind of you on my own live to allow me to finish the question that I was going to ask.
You interrupted me, but sure.
Wah. Cry.
Says the one that's crashing out. But go ahead.
It's literally my live, kid. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm just going to drop you. Anyways, if you want to say that Mamdani is violating the Constitution, he isn't the ICC. He isn't the one doing anything. He also doesn't have the power to arrest Netanyahu. He's simply just saying that he doesn't like what Netanyahu is doing, and that's all. He has no power to do so. What Donald Trump is doing is actively violating the Constitution on multiple occasions. What you're doing is you're drawing a false equivalency by someone saying, boy, I would like to do this thing because someone is committing a G-side somewhere, versus Donald Trump, who has been found by not only multiple federal judges, but by the Supreme Court of the United States, now on multiple occasions, to have violated the Constitution of the United States. So, you're drawing a false equivalency. That's why it doesn't matter what Mamdani said, and you're drawing a false equivalency. It's a straw man argument. It's bullshit.
Could I respond?
So anyways, would you like to talk about something real? Or do you
Wait,
just
could I
want to be a
respond,
whiny?
though?
Do you just want to be a whiny little child and go, Mamdani said he wants to be mean to Netanyahu, while Donald Trump
That's
is
not what I said. You're
literally
strawmanning
that's
me.
literally what you just said, kid.
No, wait 1 second. That's not what I said. I said specifically you cannot cry foul about the actions actually being taken, but then when they are vowing to do them, support the candidate. And just to be very clear, he has not just said, I am against what Netanyahu is doing.
That's
He
literally
has
what he
said,
said.
wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. I said not just to be very clear. He said that he will order the New York Police Department to arrest him at the airports because he is a war criminal to enforce the ICC's arrest warrant. You can look this up on September 12th, 2020. Please let me finish, please.
No,
This was on
how would
September
that
12th,
be-
2020. Yes,
How would
yes,
that
I
be
can.
contravening the Constitution, though?
Yes, yeah, I'll tell you how. So Article 6, Clause 2 is our supremacy clause. Our supremacy clause basically says that all provisions in our Constitution, federal law, and the treaties are the highest law of the land. No state law, no local rule, no constitution can violate them. Specifically,
no,
1
but
second, could I
that's-
just finish?
that's
Wait, could I
false.
wait?
No,
Wait, could I
no,
just?
no, you
That's
can't.
not the
Because-
supremacy clause. That's what you're.
No, because your country extradites people to other countries all the time for criminal charges.
That's
All
what
What
the
is my
time.
country?
The
The
United
United
States,
States.
I'm presuming.
Right. So wait, that wait. Oh my God, you're not understanding.
Extradite people to other countries to face criminal charges in
Yes,
that
the federal government has the power to, but specifically that's not relevant to the claim I'm making because in our federal law it says that the local rule cannot do that. Now the president has the power, according to the Hague Invasion Act, to exempt himself and extradite people to the ICC, but our president has not done that. So
What?
specifically, 1 second, extraditing people to the ICC and extraditing people back to their country is distinct, and that's specifically in the Hague Invasion Act,
president
otherwise known as the
doesn't have the
American Service
power to
Members
do
Protection
that.
Act.
The president doesn't have the power to do that.
Well, actually, he does if you would actually read the federal law, specifically the Hague Invasion Act. Have you read it before? Do you know what that is?
No, but the president...
You don't? Okay, so then how are you going to say he doesn't have that power if you haven't read
Okay,
it?
what's the law called? I'll go read
Okay,
it.
the Hague Invasion Act, Section 2003. You should know this.
Yeah.
Why did
So
I know it?
Can
Could I finish, though?
No, actually not, because again, I don't give.
Oh, because you don't want to hear other people's opinions because you can't
T,
take it. It's sad.
No, it's actually
Oh, it's loose
not.
bottoms like you who
Hey,
can't actually have
Hey,
conversations. It's-
but T, I don't care. Here's the thing. Great. Cool. Awesome. Mamdani said something that might go against the Constitution, and you're crying about it like a little bitch. I don't care. Donald Trump is actively violating the Constitution and has been found to do so multiple times. You're talking about something that Zohran Mamdani might do if Netanyahu were to land in New York while Mamdani is mayor, which he isn't mayor even. He's just mayor-elect. I would rather talk about what Donald Trump is doing right now. This up here, this is about Donald Trump and what he's doing.
Yeah, you don't
If
want to talk
wanna
about
be
your
a little-
logical
if
inconsistencies. You
to-
want to cry
no,
about
hey,
Trump's
bud,
actions, but
hey, bud, would you shut the fuck up for a second?
you want to cry about
Hey,
his
bud,
actions, but when they're saying they're going to actually violate the Constitution, you're supporting them.
I understand.
It's
I
a
understand that you're a whiny little bitch.
It's logical.
And you can't. I understand.
It's not logical.
I understand that you're a whiny little bitch and you can't.
I
accept
understand
the
that you're-
fact. I understand, dude. I get.
I
it.
understand
Just
you're-
calm the fuck down for a
Matt,
second.
Your hole is prolapsed.
Calm
Can
the
I-
fuck down for
Calm
a
down.
second, dude.
Why are you
Pookie,
making-
calm
Calm
down.
down.
Relax.
Why are you
Prolapsing
making...
hole.
Why
Why
are
is
you
he
making
yelling at us?
disgusting comments about somebody else's asshole? The only asshole here is you. Be quiet.
No, that's your
Just so that we know,
That's your mouth.
the act that he's talking
decaying
about,
pushy shit.
the act that he's talking about only applies
Decay-
to American service people who have been indicted by the criminal court. It's called
Oops.
the American Service Members Protection Act is its actual name, and it only applies to American service members. Now,
That's not true, and I can.
it is true.
That's
Give me-
I can tell you the second.
Stop talking.
That's not true.
Kid, stop talking. You keep screaming over everybody, and that's why we're muting you.
Section
Is because
2004
you won't stop talking.
Section
if you won't
two-
stop talking,
Section
I'm just
2000
going to drop you. I don't mind having a conversation, but you're being insufferable. Stop being an insufferable little prick, okay? That's what you're doing. Again, I don't care if Zohran Mamdani said he wants to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't care. There are plenty of local and state politicians who have said that they want to do. Where did you go? Are you running away? Come back to the app. Where did you go? If you don't come back to the app, I'm going to assume that you're running away, and I'm just going to drop you. You have 5 seconds to come back to the app. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, just again, that's called the American Service Members Protection Act. It was passed in 2004, and it's specifically to protect American service members who are indicted by the International Criminal Court.
Yeah. Also, if Zohran Mamdani violates the Constitution and a federal court finds him in violation of the Constitution, he should be held accountable. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I just, like, that's fine. I want to be entirely clear. We're talking about things that have actually happened in the last 10 months. Not about some random hypothetical that might happen. Calm the fuck down, bro. Jesus Christ. God damn. Hey, Gen X and Gen X Raiders. Glad you guys are here. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And Emma, our friend Emma, you said it can't be a logical inconsistency because Mamdani said something while they're upset with the action that Trump is doing. If he doesn't actually, exactly the same thing that I just said. Emma, thank you very much for saying the same thing that I just said. We're on the same page there. Thank you. Exactly what I just said. It can't be a logical inconsistency. If Mamdani was doing something right now, that was if he was mayor right now and he was violating the Constitution, that would be a logical inconsistency. And it would be wrong. I would not support Mamdani violating the Constitution. So, anyways, it's real simple. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't understand why. Jesus, it's sure somebody is whining. Volara, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
21, PA.
Okay. Do you want to talk about one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
I don't think Trump is pro-crime or pro-criminal at all. And even him being in the Epstein files.
You can't say the whole word. You can say the Jeff files or the E files, but if you say the word again, I'll have to drop you. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
So even him being in the E files, we don't take E as a credible source regardless. So
why would
because he is
if
a
he's
P3,
in the timeout? If he's in the files, that would mean that he was part of the investigation. It wouldn't just be E saying it. And by the way, also, if you don't take E as a credible source, then you would have to discount every single other rich person or politician, whether they be Democrat, Republican, et cetera, in there. So are you willing to do that as well?
If they're P3dos, yeah, absolutely.
So you're saying, just to be entirely clear, that if it came out that E said that Bill Clinton did something absolutely terrible, you would be like, nope, he didn't do it because E said it, and therefore he's an unreliable narrator.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, that's an interesting take. Anyways, the E-files doesn't just refer to the emails. It refers to the entirety of the investigation. So he's absolutely in there. You know that, right?
So even if he is in an investigation.
No. It's not even if he is. Kash Patel has confirmed that he's in there.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty of anything. You know what I mean? Lots of people are in investigations. Doesn't mean they're guilty of anything, or doesn't make them.
Didn't he say it was all a democratic? Didn't he say? I just want to get the timeline straight here. Didn't he say, as part of his campaign promises, that he was going to release the e-files? Then Pam Bondi said she had them on her desk to read, and then they suddenly didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
There were never any files.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were files, but they were a democratic hoax.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were files, but he didn't want them released.
Mhm.
Now there are files and he does want them released. Doesn't it strike you, Valara, as slightly strange and somewhat red flag raising that his story regarding the files is up and down more than a mountain range? Hello, I am speaking. I haven't lapsed into another language.
No,
have
yeah,
I?
you're
Okay, I'm just
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi. I heard mountain or something, and then you cut out.
okay.
Could you finish that last sentence?
I'll
Sorry.
do the whole thing for you again. Okay.
Yeah.
First
Sorry
of
about
all,
that.
that's all right. First of all, he campaigned on releasing the files. Then when it came time to release the files, there weren't any files. They never existed. Then the files were a Democratic hoax, and they'd been made up by, I don't know, Obama and Hunter Biden and his laptop or whoever. Then because Pam Bondi said she had them on her desk, so presumably before this they did exist. Then they didn't exist. Then they were made up. Then we're not going to let you release the files, and we're not going to invest this extra representative in Congress so that they can't sign something to release the files. And then now he wants the files that didn't really weren't a thing and then were a Democratic hoax to be released. Like, I know you voted for him, but doesn't that strike you as somewhat fishy? Like
Yeah,
a little
absolutely.
bit off.
Yeah, it's definitely fishy. I get what you're saying.
So
But the
so
thing is,
what
like, even yeah, let me answer your question. So even if it was like, let's say AI videos of Trump, I mean, he can just because he doesn't like them and he wants to remove them doesn't make it true, or just because he doesn't want to release the files right away doesn't make everything in the files true.
hang
And
on,
secondly,
what do you mean AI videos of Trump? What's that
no, I'm
about?
just giving an example. Like, just because he doesn't want to release something doesn't make it true because it could be
No,
negatively
nobody said
harming his
that,
character.
but why would he not? Right. I can speak for Matt on this. We want anybody who has been involved in the trafficking of children and young people and women. We want anyone who has abused children, young people, or women. We want anyone who has had knowledge that children, young people, or women have been trafficked and has kept that away from the authorities. All of those people, I don't give a fuck if it's Obama. I don't give a fuck if it's a member of my own family. Those people need to be held accountable. Do you agree protecting those people is the most important thing?
Yeah.
Right. So why then it should, if that's utmost in your mind, that you want to protect vulnerable people, right? If that is utmost in your mind, it shouldn't matter if you love Donald Trump more than you love your kids or your parents. You should want him to be fully investigated for this. And if he is at fault, if he's at fault in that he did something, or if he's at fault in that he knew that something was happening and did nothing about it, he should be held accountable, right?
Absolutely. And if there was
Right.
compelling evidence, he would have been held accountable. So the fact that he's not been held accountable is evidence in and of itself that
What makes you
the
no no
evidence
no
is
it's
not
not.
strong enough.
No, that's not true, right? Because you had JE, who was the first person to go through criminal proceedings, right? Now the next closest person was Ghislaine Maxwell. Now Ghislaine Maxwell only exhausted her appeals in September last year.
Mhm.
They didn't go after those two at the same time, let alone anybody else who was involved in it. Criminal proceedings take time. Now, your country is weird in that it has statutes of limitation
My
on.
country. Where are you from?
Can you hear my voice, sir? Did you think I was from Alabama?
I mean, I don't even know why you would be speaking on American politics if it doesn't concern you.
Okay, this is why, because I have a mouth and an opinion, and I can talk on whatever the fuck I like.
Sure, but this directly influences Americans, not you.
Oh, sorry, Prince Andrew isn't involved in this then, no? And Virginia Giuffre
People
wasn't.
from the UK are
And
not directly
Virginia-
involved.
And Virginia,
No.
yes, they are.
Literally, she
absolutely
literally just pointed out that a member of the royal family is directly involved with this in the exact same way that Trump is involved with this, bro. You clearly don't know anything about this.
And Virginia Giuffre, one of the main people who testified against Jeffrey Epstein, one of the places that she was trafficked to was the UK. I don't think, Matt, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's political. I don't think it, or at least it should not be political, to want schmex traffickers or people who had knowledge of schmex trafficking and didn't do anything about it. I don't think it should be political to want those people to be held to account.
Well, we're just
I don't think
saying
at
that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is if that did happen, if he is what you're saying, bring compelling evidence forth, not a PDF, not a P3 though. Bring compelling evidence that's not from E, and we'll see what happens.
Time out.
Hang on.
Time out. Hold on. Time out. It's not from Jeff. The only thing that you're talking about is the emails that have been released. What we want are the entirety of the files. The files, the investigation, are not from Jeff. They're from the federal agencies that investigated him, the FBI, the DOJ. That's what we're talking about. You're just talking about the emails. Hold on, dude. Hold on. I'm literally trying to explain this to you.
All right.
Okay? You don't like the fact that Jeff and Maxwell and all of their associates are talking about how guilty Donald Trump is. I get it, because he's guilty as sin, and they're all talking about how guilty he is and all of the things that he did. And it's super fucking weird that randomly over the years that they would just talk about how guilty he is, like to set up framing him 20 years later for some reason via email. Like, don't understand that, but
Innocent
really
until 100% proven guilty.
super fucking weird that would be a thing, and that's your line of logic. Like, I don't know, that's kind of strange.
Well,
what I'm trying to explain to you here, what I'm trying to explain to you is, as a person
No.
who literally sleeps next to a federal attorney on the regular and who has an understanding of how federal investigations work, what Erica was saying before is how these things run. And how these things run is they would take down Jeff, then they would take down Maxwell, and then once they have those convictions secured, they go after everybody else who was involved. And isn't it really strange that there are emails where Maxwell is implicating Trump, and now once Trump's DOJ went and visited Maxwell and she got moved to a lesser security prison, and there's talk of a deal being on the table for her, she might not be talking about that. Isn't it strange? Would you believe Maxwell before Donald Trump offered her the deal or after Donald Trump offered her the deal? Why don't you be honest with everybody, Valara?
Be honest about what?
What?
Be honest about what?
I don't think he can follow a conversation,
He's
Matt.
too dumb.
Matt, these are the exact
I
same
don't know. I was
people-
fact checking what What do you mean?
These are the exact same people who think that E. Jean Carroll sent her friends letters in the 90s talking about what Donald Trump did to her, just in case
But
he became president at some point in the future.
Exactly.
if he was guilty in the
talk to his
investigation, they would have
therapist.
convicted him. The fact that he's not convicted is proof there's nothing
Holy
in the
shit, dude.
investigation.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this one more time. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is that not true?
I'm going to try to help you out here.
If they
Have you,
investigated
hey bud, how
and
old
they
are you
found
again?
him
Hey,
guilty,
bud,
it-
stop it. Shut the fuck up. You literally don't know what
Yo,
you're
chill,
talking
bro.
about. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Have you ever watched or heard about the trials of the mafia? Do you know anything about how the mafia was convicted? Just say yes or no. Which is it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Awesome. How was the mafia convicted using RICO predicates? And I want you to explain how the trials happened. Explain.
I'm not too educated on that to be able
There
to
you go. Okay,
explain
so the
that.
answer would be no, you don't know.
I know
when
a
they-
little bit about it.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you this question. When they charged...
You're talking about the Mafia Commission trial, 1985, right?
No, I'm not talking about one specific trial. I'm talking about all of the trials when they tried all of the mafia members, basically. When they
okay.
when they went after the mafia, okay?
Sure.
Did they indict 200 people at a time, or 100 people at a time, or 50 people at a time? Did they do that?
No.
Correct. Because that's not how federal investigations work. What they did was they would indict one big person and then another big person, and then they would go after other people, other smaller people. And when I say smaller people, I don't mean in terms of stature. I'm not saying it like that. When I say smaller people, I mean in the case of the person at the top is the one who committed the biggest crimes, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say smaller. Don't think of it in terms of like famous or wealthy. I'm talking about that. That's exactly the same thing that is happening here, happening right now. They went after Epstein. And now you got me saying it. They went after Jeff. Then they went after Maxwell. And then the next thing would be to go after the people who actually committed the crimes against the 1,000 or so victims. But it takes time because, like Erica was saying, they had to exhaust all of the appeals because all of the information in a federal investigation is sealed until Maxwell's appeals are all done. That's why it's really simple. They can't indict 200 people at once. That's not how it would work, because then you'd have 200 co-conspirators. Even at the Nuremberg trials, okay, where they put the schmazzies on trial, and we're talking about some of the worst crimes ever committed in human history. The first set of trials, there was only 19 people total, and we're talking about literally hundreds of thousands of people who committed crimes, and there were 19 of them. You don't understand how federal investigations work if you think, oh, well, they would have already indicted him if there were... That's not how it works. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I get what you're saying, but I read an article about a couple of days ago. It said Georgia prosecutor took over last remaining criminal case of Trump. So it doesn't seem like he's still facing anything from what you're saying.
Right.
It seems like that's already been
Hang
over.
on a minute. The reason he's currently not
Why are
facing...
why are you doing gestures and stuff?
The reason...
Can you chill, dude?
I'm not doing gestures. You
No,
can't see
I know.
me.
I'm
It
talking
doesn't
about him.
matter. He's allowed to do what he likes.
Yeah, but he's
talking to you.
freaking out. I don't know
He's
why.
not freaking out because
Okay.
you're frustrating.
All right,
Is
go ahead.
why. I can explain it to you. You're quite frustrating. But anyway, do you know what the DOJ's stance is on indicting sitting presidents?
No.
Right. They don't do it. Hence why Donald Trump wasn't indicted at any point in his last presidency. Hence why all of the criminal proceedings that happened post his presidency. And the reason that
What about when he finished his first presidency?
yeah, that's when these criminal proceedings came into place, like the one in Georgia, like the one in Florida, like the one in New York, like
There's
the
only one
one
left, which is in Georgia.
right,
correct?
because that's a state. Right, you're not listening. That's a state case. Okay, Georgia as a state was prosecuting the president. States can do what they like. The federal cases, which were the one in Florida, the one in New York, and the one in Washington, D.C., those ones, as soon as he became president, the DOJ dropped them because they do not continue criminal proceedings against a sitting president, and they do not indict them whilst they are president. Now, that doesn't mean they were all dropped without prejudice, which means the clock stops on them, and once he is no longer president, they can potentially bring those cases again. But while he is president, the clock is stopped and the proceedings have been dropped.
So that's what I'm saying. So he's clearly not guilty if it's been dropped and it's over
you
with.
just again you didn't listen, and this is why Matt is getting frustrated with you. Right?
I am
Are
listening
there
to what you're
people?
saying.
Quick question to you: are there people in the world who've committed crimes that they have been investigations into, but they have not been prosecuted criminally? They've not been found guilty.
Sure, but it's very
Right.
hard to do that at a presidential
What are
for
you
presidential
talking about?
stance.
What are you talking about?
Like for Trump and his being at the power
What
he
did I?
has
Can you
and the wealth
repeat
he
back to
has,
me?
there would be a
Repeat
lot
back
of
to me.
compelling evidence to
Repeat back to me what I just said about what the DOJ does, the federal DOJ,
they
when
can't indict him while
somebody
he's
is the
while
sitting
he's a president.
Correct. So even if there is a ton of evidence, by the way, what Donald Trump did in the lead
But
up
then it's
to
just speculation at that point. That's what I'm saying.
well,
There's
but the
nothing
problem,
actually
okay,
proving that Trump did anything, right?
but there could be a ton of evidence sitting there proving that he did a ton of stuff, but while he's president, we won't know. Unless, of course, you can take the time if you want to go and look through a ton of the files regarding the court cases that were being brought against him. There's a ton of evidence that you can read from what's his name, Jack
Smith.
Jack Smith.
Yeah.
There's a ton of his evidence has been released, and that's incredibly damning. Not on the e-files, but on the other stuff that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So you could actually go read that and see a lot of the evidence for Donald Trump actually being a complete shit stick.
Sure, but do you know who dismissed the case in July 2024? Trump's case?
Which case?
Which case?
It was Eileen Cannon.
Yeah, you mean the
And
Trump appointed? You mean the Trump appointed judge who completely mishandled the case and actually was found by other judges to have mishandled the case? She acted improperly. You realize that, right? She's a direct Trump employee.
But then you can say it's a systematic flaw. That's not directly on Trump, then.
What?
Quick question: was it dismissed with or
That would
without
be a systematic flaw.
Was it dismissed with or without prejudice? Do you know
With
what
prejudice.
those terms? Do you know what those terms mean, with or without
course.
prejudice? Okay, it was dismissed without prejudice, which means they can bring it again. And she didn't dismiss it. She didn't dismiss it on any competent legal standing whatsoever. She dismissed it because she likes Donald Trump.
Like I said, that's not Trump's fault if that did happen. That's
It's
on
not
him.
Trump. It's Trump's fault that he
A
did the thing in the
judge's
first
job is
place.
to assess the facts,
Can I
assess the evidence, and make
can I
a
can I ask you a
judgmental
question,
decision whether a person's innocent or
Valara?
guilty. And she
Valara, I have
decided that he was innocent, and she
No,
dismissed
she
the
didn't
case.
decide. Right, first of all, Valara, you are
Dismissed the
incorrect.
case.
Right, stop. Judges do not find and juries do not find people innocent ever. Innocent is not a conclusion that a court would come to. A court can make two decisions in the United States regarding somebody's guilt. And Eileen Cannon actually made a third decision. Okay, so the two decisions that a jury can make are guilty or not guilty. Not guilty does not mean innocent. It means they found that there was not enough evidence to prosecute to find the person guilty. Eileen Cannon.
Well, that's what innocent is. Innocent is innocent until 100%. If you're not 100% proven guilty, you're innocent.
Innocent means you did not do it.
If you're not 100% beyond any shade of doubt, you're innocent. Correct?
Go find me a court case when anybody's been found innocent, where the jury.
No, but in the United States, that is the definition. It's called innocent until proven guilty. Proven 100% certain that the person is guilty. That's the whole issue. Is that you can bring all these little, it's low level evidence. It doesn't really matter. It's just hearsay, from E. It's not that much evidence against Trump for them to be like, well, we need to convict him now. That's why all the cases were dismissed.
They weren't dismissed. That's not true, and that's not what happened. And see, what you're doing now is you're trying to say things that didn't actually happen. They weren't dismissed because they didn't happen. And by the way, just to point this out to you here, this says Trump suffers setback as appeals panel rejects Cannon ruling. The panel ruled that Judge Eileen Cannon erred. This came after she ruled on the case. An appeals panel said in the 11th Circuit that she fucked up. So, no, this case wasn't actually done. But the problem is he's the president now, so nothing can happen with it at the moment. Do you understand the difference between that and somebody being innocent?
I understand, but once
cool.
he's finished
so hold on. So stop. So Valera, stop. So Valera, stop. So stop. So stop. So you understand that in fact, she actually did something wrong and was found to have done something wrong, and he's not innocent of those crimes.
I don't believe, I have to see, but I don't believe she did anything wrong. I believe she is a
I literally just showed to you that she was found to have done something wrong.
Found by who?
By the 11th Circuit Court. It's by the 11th Circuit Court.
I have a question for Lara. The Florida case that Eileen Cannon was in charge of, what was it about?
Wow, and the 11th Circuit Court is majority Republican.
Sorry, Valara, what was the without ChatGPT?
Why are you assuming? Why do all you old heads assume that any sort of research on the internet now is ChatGPT?
Well,
there's still Google. You know what Google is? Have you heard of it?
But I'll rephrase. Without Google, just from your little brain box, what was the Florida case about?
For Trump?
Yes, for Trump. Why would I be asking about some random Florida case? No, for Eileen Wuornos. What was her case about? No, for Donald Trump. And you're Googling it right now because you don't know.
Well, I'm looking at the specifics, but from the gist of what I know, it had to do with records and some sort of mishandling. But I would have to do more research to see exactly.
My ex-Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, if he was found to have your country's, like, nuclear secrets in his bathroom, like just sitting in a box by
But my
the
whole
toilet.
point is, who cares? You guys, your whole argument is based off speculation. Like that's what I'm saying. It
It's not
doesn't.
it's not
It is
speculation.
speculation because there's
It's
nothing
not right.
proving Trump to
Stop.
be guilty right now.
It's not speculation that Donald Trump had documents in his bathroom. It is not speculation that he shouldn't have had those documents. That is not speculation. And we know it's not speculation because Donald Trump
Not even
sued to
American.
try and keep them. So it's not speculation. He sued to
Right.
try and keep those documents.
So there's a
So you're saying,
picture.
so you're saying after his term, he's gonna get convicted for that, and he's gonna go to jail.
So anyways, there's a picture.
Right,
The
then
thing that you
it's a
said,
weak
the
argument.
thing that you said didn't actually happen. There's the bathroom with classified documents at it, just sitting at Mar-a-Lago unsecured in a bathroom.
And
We
the
know
person
it
in the
happened. I'm sorry, Eric.
The person in the comments that's saying that Trump had the authority to declassify those documents, he did when he was the president, but there is a process. He can't just go, I hereby declassify these documents and they're declassified. It has to go through an entire process of them talking to the departments that those documents are a part of to ensure that they're not. And by the way, he does not have the authority to declassify my government's nuclear secrets. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There is no defending Trump. It's like everything I'm reading is just there's nothing supportive of Trump, essentially. This guy's a total weirdo. No, I'm serious. I'm serious, dude. Everything I'm reading has been just I can't force it anymore. Trump is completely horrific. And that's just the truth. Anybody who disagrees, I hear you, I hear your pain, but it's time to let go. It's time to move on. And there's no more Jesus Trump. It's over, guys. I feel your pain, though.
You should maybe engage in the devil's lettuce a little less.
Devil's letters? I mean, I don't know
No,
what
not
that translate to
Jesus,
American
Jesus
American
Christ.
terms.
It's still
I can't.
the Mary Jane,
The green.
the grass. Holy shit!
Yeah,
dude.
the Za.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Yeah, it's called Zaza. It's not called grass. Mary Jane. I've never heard of that.
Okay, goddamn.
Well, whatever it is, you should probably do less.
But the thing is, like,
Not
when you
doing your
think of the
own
average
language.
voter, right? They're not sitting around reading all these facts like 24/7 like you are and memorizing them. Like people are just like looking at what they see on TV and TikTok, and we're just making an educated vote.
That picture was on PBS. It was literally on television.
Yeah. And can I just say, you just said we're looking at what we see on TikTok and on the news and making an educated vote.
It's
you're
true.
actually- what you're describing is an uneducated vote, not an educated vote.
But would you agree majority of the votes are uneducated? Do you think anyone
Yeah,
actually sits there and memorizes facts like you guys do? Like, come on.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I think the majority of people, I actually think it's even simpler than that. I think the majority of people look at the world around them and go, do I like it? Do I not? I'm going to vote for the people that are opposite to the people we've got now. Right? The problem with that is more often than not, doing that makes it worse, not better.
So once you accept the fact that Trump is this horrific person, right? Like, what's the next step? I mean,
Well, I mean, the next step then would be to vote for people that are going to oppose him. Vote for people that you said you live in Florida, right? You can try to support people that aren't going to support him.
yeah.
That would be a good start. You know,
Like who?
Well, what part of Florida do you live in?
I live in PA, Philly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You live in that was the last guy. I apologize. You okay? Great. You live in Philly. Great. Well, then you can support candidates for office in your Senate race, coming up in 26.
But
and in your.
let
and
me
in
tell
your
you something.
What?
It's like the more older you get, right, you realize that LGBTQ is spreading in the country. And that's because of the Democrat
shut
Party.
up.
I'm
You
dead
can't,
ass. I'm dead
you
ass.
can't make, right,
Lawrence.
first of all, I grew up at a time when it was illegal to talk about being LGBTQIA plus in schools in this country.
And do you
There
think that
was
was wrong?
also yeah, I do think it was wrong. There was
Oh my God.
also no LGBTQIA plus representation on TV apart from gross caricatures. But guess what? People were still gay, people were still lesbians, people were still bisexual, people were still trans. All that's happening is that there is more acceptance of people who want to tell us who they actually are.
It's not true. The numbers statistically are showing they're increasing in numbers.
Okay, can you tell me about?
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna pull up the source.
No, Valara. What
Yeah.
happened? What used to be the case with people being left-handed?
Said they were gonna. There was a lot of things. They said they were gonna, die sooner and stuff.
They were
Things
gonna
like that.
what?
Die sooner.
What?
People left-handed die quicker.
No.
Is that what
no,
you're
it
talking
wasn't-
about?
No. I'm talking about the fact.
Why
that
are
it
you
used to
making
be-
that face, bro?
It,
That's
because
you
you
actually
Hey,
getting me
Valara. Hey,
mad now.
Valara. How about you concern yourself less with the
Alright, go
fucking
ahead.
face that I'm making, and
Because
concern
every
yourself
time-
more. Why don't you
Alright.
concern yourself more with actually
Because what's
fucking
with the
listening to
face?
what somebody is saying to you? Because I'm really
I
just
am.
I'm just fucking confused by the things that you're saying. That's why I'm making the fucking face. And the
Yeah, I don't
reason that I'm
memorize
making the
facts
fucking
for a
face, the reason I'm making the fucking face is so I don't do this. Is because this is how fucking insufferable you've been and infuriating. So fine,
What are you mad about? That's my whole point. Is what are you mad about?
He's
I'm mad about the
Making
fact that you're.
faces,
I'm
you're
mad about the
freaking
fact
out.
that you're so
Take a
fucking.
breath.
I'm mad about the fact that you're so fucking dumb. That's what I'm mad about. That you're this age and that you're this fucking dumb. That you got to this point in your life and you had to sit here and go, "Why didn't they show us that on TV?" That's you. That's you. When I was 21 years old, I was not this dumb, and I didn't rely on everything to be fed to me on TV. That's you. That's literally what you sound like. So yeah, I'm mad that somebody like you in a fucking swing state whose vote actually fucking matters is this fucking stupid. That's what I'm mad about. So Greer, you got your answer. Got it?
All right. Well, every year, every
Anyway,
president, nothing ever really.
Let's not tone police.
Stop muting me.
Let's not. No, I won't. Let's stop tone policing Matt's face, and I'll explain to you about left-handed people. So it used to be the case that people thought that being left-handed was of the devil. So in schools and things, they would hit your hand if you were to try and use your left hand. So everybody was made to use their right hand. Everybody. Then, when they did more research into it and they realized that some people are naturally left-handed, the numbers of left-handed people seemed to skyrocket. But then they plateaued.
Oh,
And they have
such a weak argument. Go ahead.
It's not a weak argument. You're not listening.
Go
And
ahead,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
do a little test with you in a moment to check.
I'm not going
that
to interrupt you.
listen.
Go ahead.
But you are interrupting me.
All right, go ahead.
Interrupting me to say I'm not going to interrupt you is fucking wild. But anyway,
Go
the
ahead.
numbers of left-handed people, I am going ahead. You said you weren't going to interrupt. So the numbers of left-handed people skyrocketed and then plateaued because left-handed people were suddenly accepted to be the people that they were. What is happening with the LGBTQIA plus community right now is the world is more accepting. It was only in the 2000s, it was 2014, I feel like, when it was finally made federally legal to be gay, federally legal. So you're talking about something that has only, in my country in the 1960s, you were chemically castrated if you were gay, if you were found to be gay. Happened to
Ugh.
Alan Turing. I was
Happened to
just
Alan
gonna mention
Turing. Yeah. Happened to
So
Alan
sad.
Turing.
So
You
fucked up.
probably don't know who he is, Voltaire, but he's one of the most intelligent men who ever lived, and he personally shortened the Second World War by about 3 years. So you don't understand that we're talking about something that was literally illegal, that you would be imprisoned for, or you would have like medical procedures done on you to. Did you say good?
Hang
Yeah,
on,
they should be in prison.
Hang on one sec. Gen X, did you have anything you wanted to say to this guy?
Yeah, and this is because of the way that he is attacking the LGBTQIA community, a community that
Are
I'm a
you
part
gay?
of. I'm pan.
Of course.
It's okay. You can say all your slurs and do what you want to say to me. You did offer me a challenge earlier. I happily accept. I want you to go ahead and hit me up in my DMs. We'll figure out a time and a place, and we'll make that thing happen.
What are you talking about?
You said you wanted to go toe to toe with me.
Oh yeah, buddy, I would knock you out, bro. You're an old unk. Let's not. What are we
okay.
even
The thing
arguing
is-
about now?
The thing is that you made the offer, right? And
Do
I'm
you
doing it
box?
to
Do you have any
defend-
fighting experience, or am I just gonna waste my time and just use you as a punching bag?
Yeah, we'll find out. The thing
Okay,
is that you're attacking
I
a
fight as a
community that I
professional
deeply-
fighter for dead
Hey,
serious.
be quiet
So
for a second.
Are you a
I'm
fighter
talking.
or no?
Be quiet for a second.
Okay.
You're attacking a community that I deeply care about, and when you do something like that, I tend to have a physical response in an emotional way. So go
Let's
ahead and
do
slide in
it.
my DMs if you're that kind of guy. We'll
I'm
do
down.
that. That's all I wanted to offer you. That's it.
I'm
Have a
down.
good
We
night,
could
man.
live stream it too. We could do it in a ring, with gloves and everything, or bare fist, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, sure, Valara. You definitely seem.
I'll hit you up though. I got you.
You seem like
got you.
you definitely seem like a real self-starter kid.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. You're
Yeah.
letting a pan man talk about why he's mad that I'm.
I don't
cares?
think that you should be fighting anyone because you don't have the brain cells to lose.
No.
He offered.
You have 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place. The idea that you're going to lose one of those 2 because you've been fighting is quite frankly disturbing.
Yeah, man. I know you learned about those. We learned about those football players. Like CTE ain't gonna go well for you, brother. Like, so I wouldn't, but meh.
I'm just saying, man, I come from an era of punk rockers, and people that thought they knew martial arts and things like that, it didn't go well for them.
Oh yeah, please. I would lay you out. Come on. Buddy.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
Valara, do you got anything else like of substance that you want to say, or are you just gonna continue to be like one of the dumbest?
He
guests
brought
I've
it
ever
up.
had?
All I'm saying is I will definitely take you up on your offer.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
reach
He's
out to
already
you.
he's already
Sure.
said go into his DMs. That's fine. That's why I'm asking you. Do you have anything else of substance that you want to say?
Yeah, let's keep going. So you voted for Kamala, right?
Nah, I'd rather not. You're just too fucking stum. But that's all right.
He's way too fucking stupid. But yeah, no, he won't slip into my DMs. I know he won't, but I just wanted to, put the offer on the table. I don't have to be aggressive or mean about it. It's just, this isn't, if you're going to attack my community, he made the offer earlier. And if you're going to attack my community, I will take you up on that offer. It's not a problem for me.
When you said that thing that you suggested earlier, I'm down, I thought he'd propositioned you. I'm not going to lie.
I know. That's why I worded it that way. I kind of wanted people to kind of think that that's what he did. But,
That's spectacular. I really am glad that I'm really glad that it went that way. That's awesome. Fantastic. I really like that. He said, I know, and then he said, I'm down. I know, right? That was amazing. I gotta actually I think we need
Just clip
we need a selective clip
Yeah.
of that. That would be great.
By the way,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. Do you know Tiger's got another account?
I saw him up
Okay, I'm
earlier.
just-
Oh yeah.
I'm just checking.
not again.
Oh yeah.
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 He's called
Got it.
Walter now. He's like
Walter.
changing names left, right, and so he can't. Do you think he has like multiple personalities?
I don't know.
No.
I think he's just Tyga. He's just Tyga. But you know.
I think he's just desperate to talk to Matt. Like, even if he owes Matt money, he's just desperate to talk to you, man.
No,
Like, there's
Tyga
something
doesn't
about
owe-
you that he loves.
Tyga doesn't owe me money. Oh wait, there he is. He's here. Tyga's here.
That's why I said it.
See, it just came
'Cause
by.
I thought it was Tyga that owed you money. Who owes you money?
No, it's popcorn.
It's popcorn.
And popcorn's blocked at the moment because he just kept swinging through, and I'm like no, you don't get to you don't have privileges, like you're blocked. But he keeps popping up in other lives, and everyone is giving him shit, and I love it. So in fact happened in Brian's live tonight, and Brian that was fun.
I kind of want to know what made him pick the surname Kleinschnitz.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, Brett blocked him. Yes, TikTok. I'm obviously here, TikTok. God damn it. Brett blocked him. Santana blocked popcorn. Like people are. I honestly I have to say this has really made me feel the fellow creator love. I was like, damn, everyone either actually likes me or they really fucking hate popcorn. I fear it may be the latter, but that's fine.
He was in Joey's live this morning. Joey's the one I sent you his.
Oh yeah. I
live,
started following him.
yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he is really good. I nipped in there this morning when I was awake at ungodly o'clock. And let him know that we've sent him a couple of raids and stuff, and he was very grateful.
That's nice. He I've enjoyed it, and he's one of the few people that's on super late. Well, oftentimes we get done, so that's great. So, Gen X, but I'm gonna drop you down so we
please,
keep it slim, bud. But I'm glad you got to come up and do that because fuck that guy.
No, don't do that. That's fucking gross.
Oh, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I got you, buddy. Hey, have a great night, guys. Take
Thanks,
care.
bud. All right, bye.
Bye.
W's for Gen X. I love that. That was awesome. I definitely gonna have to click, guys. Just looking for Trump supporters. Just Trump supporters, please. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box and we'll have a conversation.
I love it when people come in and say, "I found you in so and so's live." I love that.
I like that
people
too.
follow us to different places. That's cool. Thank you.
Bisser, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm actually not a U.S. citizen, so I didn't vote, but I supported Kennedy through the campaign. Financially, I'm a permanent resident here, so it's legal for me to support candidates. And I was wondering, I now support Trump because he works with Kennedy. Not perfectly by any means, but they work together, and I see some progress, some movement in the, in the making America healthy again.
You mean the destruction of our medical systems and of
exactly.
Yes, it's really terrible what he's doing. He's going to absolutely kill people.
Well, that's your opinion.
No,
I
it's
don't
not my
think that
opinion.
it
It's
is.
literal medical science and science. By the way, can you tell me? I'd love for you to detail Dr. Kennedy. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Mr. Kennedy's.
He's a lawyer.
Oh, that's right. So, but he must have a scientific degree, right? Like in biology or chemistry.
Well, he's a lawyer. Just
I'm sorry.
like the
Does he
last
have a biology or chemistry degree?
As I was saying, you keep interrupting me.
I asked you a question. I'm not interrupting. I asked you a question. Does he
Okay,
have a
so can I
biology or
answer your
chemistry degree?
Can I answer your question?
Sure. Just say yes or no.
It's not a yes or no.
It literally
question.
is a yes or no. Does he have a biology degree? Yes or no.
No.
Does he have a chemistry degree? Yes or no.
No.
Awesome. So it was a yes or no question. Wow, that was real fucking simple, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't because
It literally was.
No, because you are giving me a loaded question.
I'm not giving you a loaded
and,
question.
and you're not trying, and you're not giving me time to answer it fully.
That's not what a loaded question is, just so you know.
Well, okay, so my answer.
A loaded question.
Can I
would
say
be-
a sentence?
No, you can't. A loaded question would be Matt saying something like, he's completely unqualified to do this because he doesn't have a medical degree or That would be a loaded question. Him saying, does he have a biology degree? Not a loaded question. Do you know what I'm fed up of, Matt? People using words and phrases that they don't know the meaning of because they think it sounds like cool.
I'll give him a pass on not understanding what a loaded question was. Obviously, he's not a native English speaker, but I'm glad that you explained it because he was using the phrase wrong.
So I was trying to just answer with a full sentence, and you wanted a yes or no. And when you ask for a yes or no, this is always kind of trying to guide, kind of get you.
All right. Why don't you give your full answer then?
So yeah, as I was saying, he is a lawyer just like the previous Secretary of HHS in the Biden administration, who was also a lawyer. So anyone who says that a lawyer is not qualified to be in this political position, this is not a medical position, is and anyone who supported the Democratic HHS secretary before Kennedy is clearly pulling a double standard and being disingenuous here.
Okay, got it. So there's no.
Okay, so the biology or medical degree is not a prerequisite for this position, obviously.
You're right. It's not, and I never said that it was, did I?
Yeah.
Did I? Hold on. Time out. Yeah. Stop right there. Did I say that it was?
Somebody was saying he's not qualified.
Excuse me. I didn't say. Those words didn't come out of my mouth that it was a prerequisite to. I don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to me, right?
Okay.
Did I hold on? Answer my question. Did I say that? Yes or no?
I don't remember you saying.
Okay,
that.
I never said that it was a prerequisite. However, I want to know from you what insane medical guidance, or I actually want to know what major medical changes Xavier Beshara gave as HHS secretary. I want you to detail the things that he changed as HHS secretary, because here's the thing. I agree with you that those degrees or a medical degree is not necessarily a prerequisite for HHS secretary. However, if you're going to be making major medical decisions that affect all Americans, you should absolutely have one of those degrees and have relevant medical experience, biology experience, chemical experience on some level, because if you don't, you're not qualified to make those decisions. And the difference between RFK Jr. and Xavier Beshara is that he didn't make any decisions like the ones that RFK Jr. is making, which literally endanger American lives. Because now I'm turning it back to you. Since you've posited this, tell us the major medical changes that Xavier Beshara made. Go.
So what you're saying is that in this position, that whoever is in Health and Human Services Secretary should not make any changes. Is that the
That's not what I said, and now you literally just misquoted what I said. I said they shouldn't make any major health decisions that affect the health of all Americans in a major way. That's what I said.
And you're saying that Kennedy has made such decisions?
Has he not? Has he changed? Has he fired the entire? I'm use the short and firm because we're also on the tube and they don't like it when we talk about certain things. So I'm going to say the vax or the shot is what we're going to call it. Okay. Did he fire the entire commission of people who worked on that?
I'm asking you. Decision.
I'm asking you. That absolutely is a medical decision.
No, that's a personnel decision.
No, it's a medical decision because did he want to install people who are against vaxes? Yes or no?
That's a personnel decision. Yes.
No. Hold on. Making a decision about whether or not vaxes are effective is a medical decision, is it not?
Yeah.
Awesome. So then why is RFK Jr. making medical decisions for us?
He did not make that.
That is a medical decision because choosing to put people who have medical decisions that he likes over medical decisions that he doesn't like is literally a medical decision. I know. I hear the nervous laughter now that I've poked a giant fucking hole in your dumb argument.
No,
Yeah. I know you're real nervous now. But here's the thing:
No,
when he's
I'm not
directing
nervous.
medical advice at HHS, that's a fucking problem, and that's what he's doing. Xavier Bashara didn't do that. He didn't put people in places of power that had his views. He didn't make any major changes like that. He didn't do any of those things. RFK Jr. is, and he doesn't have the credentials to do so. He's not a doctor. He has no degree in biology. He's not an immunologist. He's none of those things. He's a fucking lawyer who is addicted to substances and helped unalive his brother and has helped unalive a bunch of other people.
Are you done with your rant?
It's not a rant. I'm just literally giving you facts since you want to, slob the guy off.
No, you're ranting. You're using a lot of F words. You're very
Oh,
disrespectful.
no. Do you not
keep
like it when I
interrupting
fucking
me.
swear on my own fucking live? Maybe you can just fucking go somewhere else then. I'm so sorry. I use fuck a lot, and I'll do it whenever the fuck I want. How about that? And if you
we
tone
don't-
police me again, you can go fuck somewhere else. How about that? Does that fucking work for you? Is that
we-
fucking
we don't-
okay?
We don't tone police the host. And by the way, if you don't want to have a conversation with adults who use grown-up language, then you can go somewhere. Well, no, I would say you can go somewhere else where there aren't adults, but I don't think that's a good idea. Hasn't he also, Matt? Hasn't he also said that he wants a registry for people with autism?
Yep.
Which that strikes me as being somewhat dangerous.
Yep. And he's also been citing a bunch of debunked studies to try and shape medical policy. He's also been citing studies incorrectly to shape medical policy. Those are
Didn't he
all
also-
medical decisions.
Yeah, and didn't he appoint someone to oversee this this vax study? Someone who had their medical license taken away.
Yes. Yes, he did. I forget her name.
It strikes.
It's insane.
It strikes me, Matt, that if you're the head of a department like HHS, what you do is you find the best people and you put the best people in the positions that they need to be in. And you want a range of people who have a ton of different viewpoints, right? And then you listen to the people who are qualified to know about those things. If you yourself are, and even if you yourself are qualified, anyone can only be qualified in a certain area. If you really know a lot about something, then you're in a very specialist area. So you would need people who have a variety of specialisms in order to advise you about lots of different things. And the idea that he is putting people in who don't have a variety of specialisms and are only people who agree with him, that should be concerning to even whatever his name is above me, Bisser. That should be, sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. That should be concerning to everybody, because what if he's wrong, Bisser? And I'm not even going to say what if he's wrong. The overwhelming medical evidence says that he is.
Bisser.
If we're having this conversation with somebody who doesn't have the brain cells to find the unmute button, I'm not convinced.
Do you need me to invite you to unmute, Bisser?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
So you were saying that he did not appoint people with sufficient variety of expertise and such and so.
Not
and
just a
so-
sufficient variety of expertise, but actual credentials. And here he
Okay,
is.
so
In fact, here he is.
so let's talk about his appointees.
Here's David Geyer. He's not a licensed doctor.
What position is David Geyer in?
He's literally hired to lead an autism-related study.
Okay, so we were talking about the board. You're deflecting the topic. We were talking about the
not.
advisory board. So now all of a sudden you jump to some study.
No,
Let's
this
stay
is
on
we're
topic.
we're talking about appointing people who aren't capable of doing the job. That's this particular thing. But what I was talking about in terms of the board is that he is directing the medical. He's moving the medical direction of HHS, and he has no expertise to do so. He's not in a position to be giving medical expertise, but he's deciding that, yeah, I want to make sure that everybody on the Vax Advisory Board holds my personal beliefs. That's not how science works.
that's not
stop.
true.
It literally is true. Do you want to see the article? Do you want to see what he did?
Yes.
Well,
Can you
cool.
show
So
me
do you
why?
not? So are you telling me that you came up here and you're a fan of RFK Jr. and you don't know what he did?
I know what he did, and I'm
Cool, then why don't
concerned-
you explain to us what he did and why it's not a problem that he appointed a bunch of people who are anti-vax to this panel? Explain why it's not an issue given his own personal beliefs.
Oh, okay, I will explain it, and please don't interrupt me because you keep interrupting me.
If you
very
tone police me
disrespectfully.
again, I'm going to drop you. Just say what you want to say and stop whining.
Okay, so he has appointed people who have medical training, who have understanding of in the field, and some of them are pro-vaccine, some of them are anti-vaccine, some of them are in the middle. I don't think Kennedy personally is anti-vaccine. He wants good science.
He
done.
literally has said multiple times that he's anti-vax. Multiple times. How many videos? Do you want me to start playing videos for you where he said
yes,
he has even said that he would not vax his children now? Do you want me to play that video for you? Is that anti-vax enough for you?
That doesn't mean that he's anti-vax.
It literally does.
What is anti-vax? to
Are you a
How do
parent,
define
sir?
anti-
Sir, are you a parent?
Yep. Yes.
Okay,
I am a
awesome,
parent.
fantastic. How old are your children?
I have 3 children who
Yep.
are all in their 20s.
Okay, fantastic. So it's been a while. How old are you? Because I never asked you when we started.
I'm 62.
And what state are you in?
What city?
State, just state.
I'm in California.
You're in California. Great. So when your children were young, did they get their measles, mumps, rubella, like their MMR, right?
One of them did, 2 didn't.
Great. Okay, so you only care about one of your children. Okay, got it. You gave one of your kids the vax, okay? And then you
The
didn't
mumps.
the other you
MMR,
didn't get
yeah.
right. So you made sure that your other 2 children were at very high risk of unaliving from incredibly curable diseases. Good job. Anyways, so you didn't give those. Now that would indicate that with those second 2 kids, why didn't you do that?
Because my first child had a very bad reaction to the vaccine.
Excellent. So would you say then with your 2 children, your other 2 kids, that you would be against giving them a vax?
Yes.
Cool. That would be the same thing as being anti. Against means anti, against. I understand English may not be your first language, but the prefix anti would be against. That's what that means, literally.
Well, I'm not
so
against
if
all vaccines.
RFK Jr. is saying that he would not vax his children, he is literally saying, I am anti-vax. I am against
No.
it because I wouldn't do it.
No. This is not what it means.
It's literally
Being
what that means.
anti-vax would mean to be opposed to all vaccines under all circumstances. That's how I understand it.
That is not what that means.
Okay, being opposed to a specific particular vaccine or being opposed to something in the vaccine schedule as it currently stands is not being anti-vax. Okay?
He literally has said
do you know
that
who is
he
Christine?
literally has said that he is against vaxes. He
Do you
absolutely
know-
has said it. You realize that okay, here, I'll pull up the fact check for you. Here you go. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
Mhm.
Here, hold on. Because this is important. Because I can't stand that people I can't stand that people are trying to retcon what he has said at this point in time. It's absolutely
Well,
ridiculous.
he has said many times, I'm not anti-vax, I want good science done. He has said this so many times.
Except for the fact that he calls into question and has said in the past that he doesn't believe that vaxes are safe and effective.
Well, being safe and by the fact that something is a vaccine doesn't make it automatically safe and effective. Can we agree here? You need to do studies. Every vaccine is different.
Awesome. So how long?
to say-
Stop. How long did they study MMR before it became a widely used vaccine?
It was a very limited study.
What's that?
It was a very limited study.
That's incorrect. You literally don't know what you're talking about. Do you want to try again?
Well,
Try again. Because I'm
Can
going to
you-
tell you the answer. And when you say it was a very limited study, do you want to know how long? It was 30 years. 30.
This is wrong.
30.
This is
Oh, really?
wrong.
It's wrong. When did they start and when did they end?
Can you pull the package insert onto the vaccine? The MMR vaccine?
Excuse me. I want your source that shows that they didn't study it for 30 fucking years. Show us. I want your
package
source.
insert
I
on the
want your
vaccine.
source from the National Institute of Health that shows that they didn't start developing a measles and mumps vaccine in 1940 and then it was
No.
released to the public officially in 1971. I want your evidence on that because I know exactly when it fucking started being developed and when it was fucking released. You literally don't know what you're fucking talking about. They worked on it for 30 fucking years.
So you just changed the goalpost here.
No, I
because
didn't
you
change
said-
anything. I'm trying to explain something to you because you don't understand what you are talking about. You said that he's questioning the safety and effectiveness of a vax. When in fact, and then I just asked you the simple fucking question. Do you know how long they studied the vax that he's questioning, the one that he's saying isn't good, which specifically is MMR? That vax was studied for 30 years. It is insanely safe and insanely effective. Yes, some people will have an adverse effect to it because there is no such thing as any medicine anywhere that doesn't give somebody an adverse effect. It's
Do you know what is a
that's
package insert?
literally what you just said is bullshit. He's not
you're
he's not
saying a
using
lot of
science
bullshit
or
yourself,
medicine.
and-
He's not using science or medicine because science and medicine has already determined that the MMR vax is completely fucking safe for the majority of our population, sir.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about.
I literally do, and I have study after study after study that proves me fucking right. And the
But you
study
don't have
that
these
and the
studies.
study that you guys always cite that talks about autism was recanted by the guy who did it. Literally
thing
had
is
to
you don't
resign.
have these
He
studies.
literally had to resign in disgrace.
No, because you
Yes,
don't
he
have these
did.
studies.
You literally don't
always
even know
say,
that, do
"Oh, we
you?
have studies."
You literally
But when
don't
you
even-
look at
dude.
the studies,
Bisser,
when I ask where
you
are the
literally
studies, they are
don't
not
even
there.
know that the study that you would hang your hat on, the one that says that MMR causes autism, has literally, the guy who did the study had to recant it himself, said, I was wrong, and he had to resign from his position in disgrace.
This is not true again.
Really?
You're just saying things without any foundation, without any knowledge about
No,
what you're talking.
That's false. It has absolutely. He's been disgraced. I believe he had his medical license taken away. But anyway, I've just gone through every member. This is what I was doing. I just went through every member of the VAX committee. There are 13 of them, by the way. Matt, what percentage of the medical community as a whole would you say are anti those things? What percentage of the medical community do you think it probably is?
Oh man. I'm going to say, I'm trying to be conservative here.
Like, let's say out of the 13 people, in order to be representative of the medical community,
Okay.
how many of those 13 people, and you can be generous if you like, how many of those 13 people would have to have an anti-stance in order for it to be representative, do you think?
2.
Okay. Out of the 13, 8 of them are either completely anti or skeptical. That is not representative of, and by the way, the other 5, it's not that they don't have an opinion on record. So they're not pro, they don't have an opinion on record. So 8 out of the 13, I'll send you what I just looked up, but 8 out of the 13 are on record as being anti or skeptical. Robert Malone is on there, by the way. We all know about Robert Malone. But yeah.
By the way, the doctor's name was Andrew Wakefield, and he published in the Lancet, and on 2nd February 2010, his paper was formally retracted. Quote, the claims in the original paper that children were, quote, consecutively referred and that investigations were, quote, approved by the local ethics committee have been proven to be false. And if you need any proof, sir, here is the Lancet. Just because this is super important, because people are so dumb when it comes to this, and I have to. This is it right here. Retraction. Ileal lymphoid nodular hypoplasia, nonspecific colloiditis, and pervasive developmental disorder in children. This is the study, and this is the retraction. Okay? So when you come up here with your bullshit, say, that didn't happen, this literally happened, here it is. 15 years ago, this study was retracted. Thank you, by the way, to the UK and the Lancet for doing the right thing and retracting this study, because holy shit, what an absolute fucking mess.
To be fair, they shouldn't have published it in the first place, because it clearly wasn't
terrible stuff.
Clearly wasn't well peer reviewed. But your institutions in the UK are generally quite good at retracting things if they're found to be incorrect.
Yeah. Yeah, absolute. By the way, you were 100% right. He's barred from practicing as a physician in the UK and is not allowed to be licensed in the US. Just as an FYI. So, Bisser, would you like to respond to the fact that you've literally just been proven 100% wrong about that?
That's not true.
What's not true?
You haven't read this study, have you?
I literally just showed you the retraction.
Yeah, but have you read the study?
Yes. I absolutely have. And I've read the retraction. I just read you the retraction.
So okay, so what does the study say? How many children were examined?
It doesn't matter what the study says. It's been retracted. And unless, by the way, you can present an alternate study that has been peer reviewed and is science based. In fact, present us with one. Do it now.
Also, I haven't read the stupid fucking thing in like a couple of years. I don't remember how many kids they studied off the top of my head, and it doesn't fucking matter because it was retracted 15 years ago. It was one study 27 years ago because the study was in 98. Honestly, the worst part about it is that it took him 12 years to formally retract it. God damn. All right, Bister, do you have a counter like Erica was asking? What do you got?
Well, I keep getting muted for whatever
where's
reason.
So all you need to do is present us with an alternate study that proves the link.
So again, this study never proved that MMR.
I'm sorry, we would like the study that proves the link. That's what you've been asked for. That is all we want you to reply with.
And by the way, it was 12 children. And yes, it did suggest a link between autistic enterocolitis, between that and link between it suggested a link between, what was it, autism, MMR, and there was one other thing in there.
Developmental delays.
No, Crohn's disease. I remember because my I have a friend who has that, and my brother-in-law has it. So it was Crohn's disease. Crohn's. There was a link between those things.
In that study?
Yep.
Okay, so the thing is, 12 children, very good. And so what Wakefield and his co-authors were saying is that further study.
No one cares. No one cares.
We don't care. We want a study that proves the link, that has been peer reviewed and proves the link.
That again, you can talk about that study until you're blue in the face. No one cares because it was retracted, which means it's bunk. When a study is retracted,
you guys keep muting me.
Yes, because
who keeps muting me?
We both are. You have to stop. We're waiting on a study because here's the thing: either you have to give us a new study that would prove what you're saying, or you have to concede the point because the study that you're trying to quote has been retracted. When a study is retracted, that means it is no longer valid. You cannot use it anymore.
I was never trying to quote this study. You were the one who brought this study.
I was just pointing out that it's the fact that he doesn't have any expertise because he cites the study. It is literally the study of an anti-vaxxer.
Who does that?
Your guy, RFK Jr.?
He cites that study?
He cited this study, yes!
When?
Holy shit!
I can't.
When and where did he cite that study?
Oh my God. Hold on.
You don't know what you're talking about, man. You haven't listened to RFK Jr. You have read what other people...
Hold on. Just hold the fuck on.
I listened to him when he was in his congressional... When he was in speaking to Congress and he linked...
and he referred to that...
He linked
did not
COVID to Ashkenazi Jews. I heard him say that.
He did not refer to that study in his congressional testimony.
I never said he did. Did you listen to what I just said?
Well, so you're changing the topic all the
I'm
time.
Saying that we have listened to him. We have listened to him.
And you keep muting me because...
Yes, I do, because you haven't brought us an alternate study that proves the link, which is what you were asked for.
No, so it doesn't work that way.
Yes, it does. It works whatever way we say it works.
When you study a drug, you have to prove that it is safe. Okay, it goes the other way around. You should not have to prove that it causes harm. You have to prove that it is safe.
Exactly, which
And
is
it
why
is
it was
safe.
proven safe over 30 years before it was released to the general public. Very good, Bisser. I'm so glad that we've come full circle and you understand that this drug
So,
was proven
yeah,
safe 50
Your
years
30
ago.
years
Very
thing is
good.
wrong,
Very
though.
good. I'm so glad that you figured this one out. Good job. Good job, bud.
So no, I mean you don't know what you're saying when
Cool.
you say
Then why
30
don't you
years.
show me the counter to the 30 years of medical studies that proved it safe?
So can you put the vaccine?
Why don't you
insert,
show
the
me
package
the
insert?
counter to the 30 years of studies that proved it safe? Your turn.
It is-
Go
it
fetch.
is in
Be
the
a good
vaccine
boy. Good
package
boy.
insert.
Good boy. Go fetch. I've shown you my work. Go show your
Okay.
work. Go.
By the way, every single medication has an insert which tells you the possible side effects of that medication. What you have to do when you are studying a new medication is you have to prove that it is going to do more good than it does harm. You have to prove that the harm that it would cause would be very minimal in comparison to the amount of good that it would do. Otherwise, people would not be given things like chemotherapy, which are extremely toxic. But we know that for many people, it does more good than it does harm.
So yeah, so we know that to study a vaccine which is given to millions of healthy people, you would need to do some very robust studies, right?
And they do.
They don't. That's the problem.
I can't even. Have we got other people?
I was just about to, but I just really want you to understand, Bisser. You have not provided, you're just like, I understand now. I understand why you like RFK Jr. is because both of you operate outside of the bounds of science and studies and facts. You just
What do
say
you know
things,
about my
you
science
literally,
credentials?
well, because you literally just sit here and say what you think and you provide zero evidence. I've provided evidence to back up everything that I've said.
No, you have not.
Sure, what haven't I backed up?
You're saying something about 30 years of study.
Okay, cool. So you want me to prove that one to you as well? I'll tell you what.
well-
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do, bud. Since I've already shown you all of the other stuff, you show me that they didn't do 30 years of study.
Again,
You
read
show
the
me,
package
you
insert.
show me that they didn't, because you're making the claim that they didn't do 30 years of study. Go. You're making a positive claim. Be a good boy. Go find it for me.
Yes, it is in the
Nope,
package.
I want
insert
you.
of the
You're making a
vaccine.
claim. I want you to show me a source that would say they didn't do that amount of study on the
I'm
vax.
telling you the source.
I want-
It is
what's
the
the
package
source?
insert? The package insert of the vaccine.
Hang
That's
on.
not.
hang
That's
on.
not a source.
The
That's not.
package insert of the vaccine literally tells you that they know what the side effects would be, and they've only found those out because they did studies. You've
Okay,
just proven
look at section
yourself.
6.1
You have
in the
just
package
proven-
in the insert.
You have just proven yourself incorrect. The fact that there is an insert giving you the possible side effects shows you that they have in fact done the studies.
Is it a 30-year study?
They started studying it in 1940 and they released it to the public in 1971. That's what I have been trying to tell you. Did they or did they not start studying for a measles and mumps vaccine in 1940, around about 1940? Yes or no?
No, they did not start a clinical trial in 1940.
I didn't say that they started a clinical trial. There is no such thing as starting off a study with a clinical trial, you fucking moron. Who would ever? You can't do that. You have to develop the thing first. I didn't say that ever. I just said that
so
they
when you
worked on
don't-
it and they studied it for 30 fucking years.
So when your argument fails, you start insulting and yelling. That's very
My
smart of
argument
you.
didn't fail. I never said that they started clinical trials in 1940. That wouldn't make any sense in terms of my argument. I just
so when did
said,
they
I have
start-
said repeatedly, over and over, they started developing it in 1940. Developing. Developing. Do you understand what the word developing means?
So do you know
Do you
what a
know?
study
I said,
is?
do you understand what the word developing means?
And do you
I've
know
said it
what a study
repeatedly
is?
over and over and over again, and apparently you're too fucking stupid to understand what the word developing means. I never
But-
said they started clinical trials on it in
Okay, so
1940
what is
because that would have meant they started developing it prior to 1940.
So what is a study
No,
again?
Shut the
you're
fuck
not
up.
listening.
No one
You're not
fucking
listening.
cares.
And you're not listening because Matt never said they did a study that lasted. He said they had been studying it. You can't even use your ears, and you're not worth talking to. You're just not worth it.
It's just too fucking stupid. Hey, Brian. I see you down there. Thanks. Hey, bud. How are you? Jesus Christ.
I'm glad I haven't got earphones in. Apologies to anyone that is wearing earbuds or earphones for that.
Oh, wait. Are you apologizing on my behalf?
Yeah, I am.
No. Don't do that.
It's all right. Everyone
They-
has a volume button.
Everybody knows that what they're getting into when you people are here. You know what's up. No, there's no apologies here.
Well, listen, I'm British. I apologise for everything, whether it's my fault, someone else's fault. It's what we do. We're conditioned.
Okay, friend. All right, fair enough. Guys, a couple of quick programming notes. Please make sure you drop a follow up here on the main account and on the backup account. Follow our friend Erica. Erica is private, but she'll accept you some point after live. It'll look like you didn't get a follow. You didn't follow her, but then she'll accept you later. So it'll be fine.
Someone said Erica needs to apologise to us for apologising, so I apologise for apologising. And in case anybody else starts, I apologise that I apologise for apologising. We British people do three things really well, right? We make brilliant tea. We're excellent at forming a queue or a line, as Americans would call it. And we're excellent at apologizing. So there are national sports, those three things.
It's very good. It's right up there with football and cricket. It's and rugby. All right.
Yeah, but we're shit at football, so like we're enthusiastic, but not very good.
Right now. That's true. All right, guys, we're going to move on. Once again, we're just looking for Trump supporters right now, just Trump supporters. So if you vote for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We're glad you guys are here hanging with us. If you want to drop any additional support, please do so via links in our BIOs. We appreciate you guys doing that. Oh, and real quick, whoever that was, I guess they... real quick, I apologize. I needed to read off. Thank you to Catherine. I apologize, Catherine. This is a little while ago. Sometimes these come in a little bit late. I do really apologize. Catherine, this one was for Valara. It's okay. No shame. Microphallus equals medical DX. Ooh. And then thank you to Allie on the green app on the cash on the Kashash. It says for Bisser. Bisser lied and said he wasn't American. LOL. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. He was. That was. I just. Ugh.
Can I just point of order? Somebody said the women are good at football. They're better than the men. I agree. But somebody said they won the World Cup. They didn't. They lost in the World Cup against Spain, but they won in the Euros against Spain. So we are the current Euros women's football champions. And yes, I said football. It's called FIFA, which one of those F's is for football.
Yes, it is. One of the most corrupt organizations in the entire world. So,
arguably the most corrupt organization.
You haven't. I mean, have you met the Trump administration?
Well, they're not an organized. Well, maybe they are.
I think we could Rico them. Boopette, you're not connecting.
Can I give everyone a fun fact about the word football? Okay, there are lots of types of football. So you have what you call football, which the rest of the world calls American football. Then there is Australian rules football. Then there is rugby football, and then there is what you call soccer, which is actually called association football. All of these are football. They're just all different kinds of football.
That's fun. Well, thank you, Erica. That's been fact of the day with Erica. Charisse, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
$1,000. If you get them all, you'll win the jackpot. But if you get one wrong,
Not on here.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Accidents happen. It's okay, friends. By the way, I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are doing a wonderful job liking that screen out there. Really appreciate it. Once again, if you voted for Donald Trump, we do want you to please hop in the box. We've got just about 1,000 people in here, and there must be some Trump supporters out there who want to have a chat with us. So if that's you, come on up. Erica is just the best, isn't she?
I think I'm the world's second best teacher behind Jesus, I would say.
All right. Well, that was.
Although I have got a mug that says the world's best teacher, so maybe I'm better than Jesus. Who knows?
Do we believe mugs though? Because I have a mug that says, like, world's best dad, and
Hang on.
like,
Did Jesus ever get given a mug that said world's best teacher on it? I don't think he did.
you can't prove that.
Well, I can't, but you can't. I can't prove a negative. You are right. If you can prove
But
to
you
me,
never know. In Hebrew, like maybe it was a cup. I don't know. I don't know. All right.
someone asked me what I teach. I actually teach religious education, and I teach something called PSHCE, which is personal social health and citizenship education. So I teach about a whole ton of things. I teach about politics. I teach about sex education, drug education, all of that stuff.
There we go. CS, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hi, I did not, so I'm not sure if I'm a guest you're looking for. I'm not a lefty. I used to vote Republican. I'm still probably in that camp, although I'm not a Donald Trump supporter.
We are mainly looking to debate with Trump supporters at the moment. I'm glad that you're not a Trump supporter, though. That's good. You don't have to be a lefty.
You guys are going for the low bar. You
What's
guys are
that?
going for the low bar. You gotta find a smarter class of people to spar with.
Well,
Sorry.
do agree that oftentimes not, but I think at the moment, I'll tell you a little secret, CS.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying on some level. However, right now, it's really, 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 really important, unfortunately, to shine a light. I know it's kind of silly. You're like, oh, this, kind of like low-hanging fruit. It's really important to shine a light on this and the low bar. Because once we do that and we get past that point, I would really love to get back to having fun academic conversations with people that I have like these small political differences with and get back to I would love to get back to that shit. As opposed to being like, hey, I think like we shouldn't let people starve to death. That's just me. I don't know.
Right.
But like, that is shit like that.
Matt, can you stop being
I
woke?
hear you, man. Thank you.
That's so woke, not wanting people to stop. Like, come on.
Such a lefty. Oh, all right. Bye. Well, bye, see you. So I really appreciate you. It's like I said, I hope we get
WCS.
Yeah, we appreciate you, really.
That is really woke of you, Matt, though. I'm going to need you to like pull yourself up by your bootstraps and toughen up. But I do agree. And the thing is, I don't know whether people realize this, but there are a lot of people who have publicly and privately come to people like me, come to people like Matt, come to creators like Crystal and Facts Still Matter and all of these creators on here, and have either publicly or privately said to us, I've been lurking in your comment section for this amount of time and I didn't really say anything. I've just been listening to what people have been saying and you've changed my mind. So there are a ton of people whose minds have been changed, and they're probably not the ones that come up and are adamantly like pro-Trump. They're the people who voted for him but didn't really know anything about what they were voting for.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we see it more. Erica and I definitely see it more from the people, and I think a lot of our creator friends see it more from the people who hang out and watch. They're the people that will oftentimes come up and say like they'll just pop and they'll be like, I've been watching. I've been listening. I've just and maybe they never say anything in the chat. They never come up they and whatever, and that's fine. But they're the ones who might actually get something out of it. And so, you know what? If we get some of those folks and they get something out of it, that's really good. I'll take that. Honestly, that's a win. In
and
my
and
mind.
and this is why having a variety of voices from a variety of backgrounds is really, really important, because different people and their different methods of argument convince different people, right? It's really important that there's a real cross section of society talking about these things. And for a lot of the people that come to me and say, you know, I've been listening to you and you changed my mind, their reasoning for that is that they say to me, well, I'm embarrassed actually that you know more about my country than I knew. So what I've done is I've gone off and done the research now, and that, you know, that's what's changed my mind, is I was embarrassed that I didn't know as much about it as you did. Whereas that might not be the case for other people. You know, it's important that there are that there are women talking about it and men talking about it and people from the Black community and people who are you know, rich and poor and across the, you know.
Wait, you're saying, Erica, you're saying that people don't want to hear me debate ABs with some 20-year-old kid, just the two of us? What? I am shocked.
Do you know one of the things that annoys me? Do you remember the Unfuck America tour? Do you remember that whole palaver?
Say that again?
The Unfuck America tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they were having this. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Parker and Dean and those people are very skilled debaters. But Parker was debating abortion with a young man, and there were various women there that could have debated that and been like, and probably, I don't know, that pissed me off.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, yeah. I mean, it just, I don't know. It's, you guys know, like you, and I think you guys will see it. I basically just like, I've just gotten to the point where it's like, it's just like, just, especially with these young guys too, like, here, I can't believe it. They're 19, 20, and they're from something. They're like, I want to talk about it. Like, I voted because I'm like, I'm not talking about that. Like, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You have zero knowledge. Like, you're just wrong. And it just, I cannot stress it enough. And I prefer the approach of telling them, I'm not engaging with you, and this is why I'm not engaging with you, because you're so unknowledgeable on the subject. And I think that that's so much better than getting bogged down into the minutia of is there sentience, and when does life begin, and the this and the that, blah blah. I'm like, they want to debate bro their way into some and like, I can't. I cannot get down. I am so tired of that shit. You know what I mean?
I as a 47-year-old woman do not want to be lectured by an 18-year-old white male virgin about abortion. You know, someone who doesn't know what a fallopian tube is and where implantation occurs and what an ectopic pregnancy is.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be lectured by you on I teach other people about this stuff. Someone like me taught you about this stuff, probably worse than I would have taught you about it, but they taught you about this stuff. Someone like me. I am not being lectured by you on the way that my body has worked my entire fucking life. No, thank you.
I actually I relish the minute that they push back, the minute that they push back on it, and I go, okay, I'll talk to you if you explain to me what a DNC is. And they're like, the Democratic National Convention? I'm like, exactly, and that's why we can't have this conversation. Hi, other Erica. Hi, other Erica. And that's it. I'm like, there you go. You just proved why we're not going to talk about it, and you're not equipped. And then I hope they go look it up.
And the fact is, I'm 100% happy to debate abortion with men when a fetus can be implanted into you and you have to carry it around for 9 months and you have to take all of the Erica Raid. Thank you, Erica. And
Oh,
Erica
thank you,
Raiders.
Erica Raid. Oh,
Other Erica. I when they can implant them into you and you can carry them around for 9 months and go through all of the danger that is kind of inherent in carrying and birthing a child, then you can have that discussion.
I mean, it does. I mean, you really can't. You can't have that conversation really without without that. So I'm just saying.
I want to know what who sent you that?
What's that?
Who sent you that?
No, it's the I know what he said. I pull it. It's
yeah,
do
the
you know
movie,
that you
yeah.
remember this movie?
Yeah.
I just realized, I was like, oh my God, this movie is like 30 years old. And I was like, oh shit. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, maybe you're too young. This was a movie which was terrible, by the way. Absolutely fucking terrible. Starring Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it is a movie.
Is it Mr. Mum?
No, it's a Junior. And it is it's a
Junior.
movie describing the exact scenario that Erica just described, where he had was the first man to have an embryo implanted.
Do you know that other people I'm not interested in discussing this with? People who say they're pro-life, but don't want to provide pregnant people with free medical care, and aren't interested in feeding children once they're born. You're not pro-life. You're pro-birth, and for no good reason, because we are already overpopulated as a planet. And the more
so
I firmly believe, and this is just a belief, it's not so this is an opinion, not I think that the ecosystem of the planet we live on is very finely balanced. And I think the more we get overpopulated, the more likely we are to see things like pandemics, because people are living too close together, and it's the Earth's natural way of like reducing the population. So we'll see more things like that the more we get overpopulated.
It's going to be like that Mark Wahlberg movie, like The Happening. It's like the Earth is like fighting back, like that sort of a
And
thing.
by the way, I have no evidence for that. That is purely my own opinion.
Not going to cite a study on that one, Erica?
No. Although there are plenty of studies that the closer people live in proximity to each other, the more likelihood there is of, viruses and bacterial diseases passing between people.
It would make sense. I mean, just logically, it would make sense. But I understand what you're saying, Eric. It's good to give a disclaimer. By the way, if you voted for Donald Trump, we would like you to please hop in the box. Please hop in the box and have a discussion with us. We are just looking for Trump supporters right now. We'd like to talk to you. If you haven't already, please please drop your daily heart me if you haven't already. I'm here every Monday to Thursday, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Every 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Fridays, most of the time, get to do weekends, get to do afternoons with my friend Erica. I do have to announce to you guys right now, though, I will be off this Thursday and Friday. I'm going out of town, so I'll be off this Thursday and Friday. I'm actually going to be in Charleston on a little weekend trip. So I'm going to be in Charleston. So very excited. Going to do some historic sightseeing. Very, very fun. So good times.
Can I just super quick? Someone just asked me where Doug is because Doug hasn't been up for a while. Doug had the loss of his brother quite recently, and he hasn't really dealt with it. I'm sure he won't mind me saying this. So he's just taken a little bit of time off of the app just so that he can kind of get through that stuff. So yeah.
You know, things haven't been great lately.
Well, Doug lost his brother probably about 3 months before I lost my dad. But I'm currently, you know this, Matt, because we've talked about this. I'm devoid of emotion right now. I have no I have no emotion. Because it's probably like a little protection mechanism. And I think Doug was in that period for a really long time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's just dealing with all that stuff and finding healthy ways to do that.
That's good. No, I'm just saying that,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
things
just-
are shit.
yeah, just things are
Life,
shit. Yeah,
life
just-
is just generally shit. Don't have a birthday the day after your dad dies, guys. It's not a good idea.
What? That's some. You think that's good advice, Erica?
I think, well, if you can avoid it, you know, if you can avoid it.
I feel like that's
do.
good. I feel like that's actually really good advice. That's quite frankly. Once again, guys, we have 900 people in here. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Hop in the box. You know, exactly. No emotions is bad. It's like I always compare it to George's dad on Seinfeld. Serenity now. You know, he's like serenity now. You just keep saying it, and then what happens? He explodes. You know, so don't do that. So don't serenity now. Don't do that. So anyways,
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be like, normally, Matt will tell you, I'm a crier. I cry at everything. Normally, I'm crying daily about something I've seen. Today, no crying at all. So I watched a ton of sad films and I was able to get through them with no crying. Crazy.
I mean, you know, it's fine. We're all a little dead inside. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. You
Oh,
know.
and I'm British. We're not supposed to have feelings. I'm an embarrassment to my nation, to be honest.
I just want to point out, I haven't publicly called Erica an embarrassment to her nation. I only say that in private.
And you don't all the time. He just won't leave me alone about it.
I just feel like she needs to be reminded on the regular. That's all. I feel like it's the friendly thing to do. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, get in the box. I've seen a couple of you chirping, and then I don't. I don't know if you guys are just leaving, but come on up. Come hop in the box. We've got 200,000 likes. We appreciate that. Hey, Andrew, I see you down there, bud. What's up, my friend? Hello, hello. How about those Pats, huh? How about those Pats? Let's go. Drake May all the way, baby. Yeah, guys, hop in the box. And yes, Del, I am I live in the Boston area. I'm right here in Boston, and I'm a Pats fan. That is correct. Yes, best team in the AFC. Yeah. So, you too, Del. Awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah. So, yeah. So, once again, hop in the box, you guys. Hop in the box.
You don't have to literally hop. Like, I know at my age, hopping and jumping generally are something that I try to avoid. You can just very sedately select the multi guest button, which is at the bottom middle of the screen, and it's kind of blue and pink.
I mean, it's fine. It's just that there's the danger of like really hurting something. So when you're like,
Well, also, if you were female, Matt, you might also have like when we start to hop and jump when we're older, we have a bladder issue a lot of the time.
It's fair. It's totally fair.
I will never be on a trampoline again, is all I'm saying.
I mean, you could talk to Trump about that. I mean, doesn't he have like a little system that helps him out with accidents?
I have no idea. Whoever in the comments wrote #livestream, that's made me want to go to the loo.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my, that's awesome. So once again, if you vote for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat. By the way, if you guys go to I meant to mention this earlier, but go to factcheck.org, and you can there's a great article, and it's what RFK Jr. gets wrong about autism, and it will give you all of the different things that he has said, and the many times that he's said it. Which is, if we had kept our friend Bisser up here any longer, which I knew was just an absolute boondoggle, I was going to go through this article with him because it is absolutely damning. And they even have multiple times where he said where he's made the link, where he's highlighted the study, all of these different things. It's just wild. So again, I strongly recommend this this article. Once again, it's factcheck.org. What RFK Jr. gets wrong about autism. In fact, I'll throw it up here on the screen if you guys want to screenshot it. Feel free. Let me throw it up on the tube as well. You guys can screenshot it.
Capster, you're saying, nice, I love the TDS TikTok time. We're not even talking about Donald Trump right now. But if you do want to come up and tell us, some stuff that you believe to be true, please do feel free to request.
Whoever is muting Trump supporters down there, we don't mute Trump supporters unless they slur or spam. We do not mute Trump supporters. So we are not muting them. So please don't do that. Thank you to my mods.
Matt, I want to
Yes.
know I want to see if you know the answer to this question. Does Donald Trump wear diapers?
I don't know. Sometimes.
The correct answer is depends. See, people in the comments knew. Don't you get Kermit out. You put Kermit away.
Well, considering that joke deserved a waka after it, I think Kermit was quite appropriate. Just saying.
You can all use that one at work tomorrow. Around the water cooler. With other people who are right-minded.
It did not go over my head. I got the joke. It was just okay. That's all.
He says that, guys. He says it didn't go over his head. That is what I would also say if it went over.
I
my
know
head.
what depends are. Oh my god, you guys, god damn. And then you should be like, why do you know what depends are, Matt? And then it's there you go.
No, I wouldn't have said that at all. I just thought you would know the like response.
Sasha says co-partner, Matt. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You call him out, Sasha. You call him out. You do it.
Okay. I mean, Jesus. Okay. Damn. Like, that's harsh, guys. Jeez. That's fine. I will co-partner. Thank you. But guys, once again, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop on up. We're looking to talk to Trump supporters. And we've had a lot of folks in here, and I'm really shocked that we haven't had anyone come on up. So don't know where you guys are at, but please come on up. We do have somebody. Who we got here? Not that Dana. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh my god, this is a tapping error. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You're all right. It's all good. Tapping errors are the best kind. We appreciate it. They are probably lurking. They're just they're just hanging out. They don't wanna come up. It's fine. It's always funny. Sometimes like I don't go up on a lot of other people's lives very, very much. But every so often I do. And the couple of times that I have recently, they're always like, I'll come and debate you or blah blah blah. Like I was on Gen X's live, and the guy was like, I'm gonna come. I was like, okay, yeah, like great, come on. And that was like a couple of days ago, and I was like, cool. Like I'm right here.
Very occasionally I will go into, because it doesn't work if this doesn't work if they know who I am, which quite often they do. But if they don't know who I am because they don't frequent like left-leaning spaces, quite often I can go up and I can do the whole, I know I don't know a lot about this because I'm from another country, but can you explain to me why? And then insert question here. And then I do that, well, doesn't the Fifth Amendment say that? And they're like,
They're like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz when he runs out of oil.
Yeah, like that. It's fun times.
Boy. I mean, yeah. It's delightful, wonderful times, I'll tell you. Oh boy. Thoughts on the Trump flip? I think it might be. I think it might be doctored. I think in July he said. In July the reports were coming out that they had asked the FBI to redact him, and so maybe they feel like they've done enough. I don't know, but it's definitely something. But other people are definitely getting dinged. Larry Summers is I think he's like either he's not, maybe not retiring all the way, but he's like, I think he's like stepping down from his position. There's other people are already seeing hits from this that are getting dinged, and so it's pretty wild. So we'll see. I don't know if everything will get released, but we'll see. Also, I just really want to point out, a lot of people have been saying that if they start another trial, that they won't be able to release the files. That's not necessarily true. if there was evidence that needed to be sealed, it would be up to the discretion of the judge, because all of that evidence is already passed in through 2 trials. It doesn't have to be sealed. It would be up to it would depend on the judge. Yeah, exactly, Goobis, exactly. I asked about this because I was very curious. So, it just so that everyone knows, because there's been a lot of talk about this, and I just really want people to know that's not the end all be all. It's not necessarily the case. So don't freak out. Oh, Baz, come on up here. Come on up and talk. We see you down there. Come on up, Baz.
I think Baz is under the impression that everybody treats politicians like they're, authoritarian monarchs, like Baz does for Donald Trump. But that's not the way that we see politicians, Baz.
Well, I've invited Baz to come on up and have a chat with us.
They were sealed, Beanech or Beanech, whatever you're called, until September of last year, when it would have been tantamount to election interference to release them.
Yeah, well, we do have someone else here. Who we got? Haterade. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
44 in Colorado.
Okay. Do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump is doing?
Yeah, the Mamdani thing, Dems win big. Like his first 2 interviews, he's talking about raising taxes, but the governor has to support it, and she doesn't. So, like, his entire plan is like falls short immediately.
That's actually not what she said. And there's also other ways to go about that. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly going to be a negotiation with the governor. But yeah, I mean,
so publicly she stated multiple times that she's not going to raise taxes, and Madani has said multiple times that he's going to raise taxes. So one of them is telling the truth, and one of them is not.
Actually, she has said that she's considering raising corporate taxes. I mean, she's said
corporate
that.
taxes.
So yeah, what's that?
That's not on the rich. That's not on what.
Hang on, hold on. There's also a way in New York that they could levy city taxes to do sort of the same thing. It doesn't necessarily have to go through the state government. They could probably accomplish something similar to what Mamdani wants to propose using New York City taxes as well. But I think that he does want to work with the state legislature and with the governor in that case.
Well, he doesn't have a choice because legally he has to have state approval because that's how the law works.
Sure, and what you're trying to say is that the prompt is just that Mamdani and the Democrats have won big, and quite frankly, they did win. Okay, so if you're just going to interrupt me while I'm just in the middle of a statement, you could just wait till I was done. So the statement is that Mamdani and the Dems win big. We could certainly discuss Mamdani's policies if you want. However, I don't find discussing New York City policies very germane to the entirety of the United States. We certainly could, but the Democrats basically completed a nearly clean sweep of all of their major elections, and not just in blue states. They flipped Virginia from Republican to Democrat, and in statewide elections in both Georgia and Texas, they took seats that had been red. In Georgia, there was the state public commission that had been red for 25 years, and they flipped 2 of the 5 seats to blue, which is wild. And then in Texas, I'm sorry.
Can't deliver.
Hey, bud, I understand. I understand that all of a sudden that the only thing that you're taking out of this is that you think that there might be one of Mamdani's policies
You
that he
have
might
this
not
in
ever
the
get everything that
background.
he wants on. And I
You
understand.
only have
This
two
is
things
if
in
I
the
understand that this is the
background on
cope
your
that you're
life.
going. I understand this is the
I'm
cope that
talking
you're.
about
I
one
understand.
of your topics
Okay.
in the background.
Cool. I understand. I understand that the
You wanna
cope
talk
that
about
and
all these other
hey,
things.
bud.
I don't want to have a discussion about all elections in the United States. You
Okay.
have this in your background. You have 3 topics.
Yep.
I picked one.
I know.
Let's have a discussion.
Okay.
You don't need to go off on a tangent for 10 minutes
I
about
I
all
did, and I
elections.
was explaining
What
to
I'm
you. I
saying
was
is-
explaining to you about the elections. You seem to be coping really
Yeah, I
hard.
understand
I
the
understand, bud. Okay, cool.
So here we go.
Okay,
A
great. So
guy
you
won
agree
an
that the
election
Democrats?
and
Okay,
lied
great.
about what he
So
could
you
deliver,
agreed he
and
didn't
you
lie.
keep interrupting
Wait a
me.
second. Okay, great.
This is a liberal.
Okay.
Wait, you have to talk
Okay,
over
great.
people.
Okay,
and
great.
you can't
I
let
heard what
me
you
speak.
said. I already heard what you said.
No, I'm waiting for you to.
Dude, stop talking. Now you're just being kind of insufferable. Great. You said that Mamdani
know what?
couldn't
You have a
deliver.
good night.
Hold on. You said that Mamdani couldn't deliver on his tax plan. Basically, what
Enjoy
you're
your
doing
echo
is,
chamber.
oh, are you going to leave now like a little bitch? Bye. There you go. Well, I didn't like that. I'm going to leave.
Pussy.
Yeah, basically.
By the way, New York City, just in case anyone doesn't know this, if we just take sales tax, for example, New York State sales tax is 4%. New York City adds an additional sales tax of 4.5% on top of the state's sales tax. There are some taxes that they can levy as a city that are not levied at the state level.
Yeah, and also, I'm reading. By the way, this is from the City Journal in Albany, November 17th. That would be today. Today, where they're actually talking about needing state approval for just what our friend there was bitching about before he ran off like a dog with his tail between his legs. They're actually talking about how the assembly speaker is stated as saying that the tax on millionaire earners polls extremely well, and talking about how they would already have packages in the state legislature that would have jacked up earners' top rate. They already have talked about this. And Kathy Hochul, like I said, is already interested in raising the corporate tax rate. So just being like, they'll never approve this, and blah, blah, blah. Well, number one, they're already talking about it. Number two, it's been highly successful here in Massachusetts. So we've already got precedent for it working. It's polling extremely well. But despite all of that, it's just a proposal. He's not lying. He said that it's a thing that he wants to do. It's a proposal. He didn't say something like, I could end the war in Russia and Ukraine the day after I got elected. He didn't say that he was going to bring grocery prices down day one or gas prices down day one or end the conflict in Israel and Gaza on day one. He didn't say any of those things. He's just saying that that was his proposal and his way to pay for the things that he wants to do.
And some of the things that he wants to do, the city can absolutely do and will fund the other things that he wants to do. So, for example, if they introduce like a low emission zone or what do they call it? Like a tax for taking your vehicles into the city, that will at least partially fund reduced fares on public transport, for example. And a city can absolutely bring in laws like that by itself without requiring a statewide law. There would be no point in making a statewide law. We have it in tons of cities here where they have low emissions or ultra low emission zones.
Facts.
Yeah, there's similar things in the U.S. I think that like major cities they have congestion charges. I think that New York might even have them. I think
Yep.
L.A. does. But yeah, congestion charges are absolutely a thing. And yeah, you can do MOT or emissions. That I don't know if that's done at the county. I think that might be county level. But yeah, like for instance, in some places that I lived, I didn't even know what MOT was. And then I had to get MOTs done whenever I moved because I lived in an area that required MOTs. So, yeah.
There is congestion pricing in New York City now. I think it's anything below 60th at certain times of the day, and then depending on which bridges and or tunnels you come in on, there is. And so, yeah, they already have they started this year, and Trump wanted to end it. He's like, even though the majority of New Yorkers actually do support it. Which is crazy. And Erica, I've been in London and dealt with the congestion pricing because I've taken Ubers or just even regular cabs in London, and of course they actually some of them, the good ones, they'll know which ways to avoid or which ones so that you can avoid. Yeah. They're good. I'm like, oh yeah, and they always get a little extra. Tip from me because I'm always like, good job.
And the way they do it here is there's the used to be called the congestion charge, but now it's the low emission zone or the ultra low emission zone, which is the very centre of London. And then a bit further out than that, you have the low emission zone, which only affects you if you have a car that's over a certain size engine and over a certain number of years old. Most people who live anywhere close to the centre of London don't drive cars anyway. There's no need to have a car, and it would be the same. People who live and work in Manhattan, the vast majority of them would have no need to own a car full time.
No, I lived in Brooklyn. I did no need for a car. Having a car. Living in New York, like in New York City, having a car is a pain it's a pain in the ass. Having a place to park it, or like trying to park it on the street, like finding a spot and then doing the opposite sides when there's street cleaning, and like, you guys, like, if you've never lived oh my God, just annoying as fuck. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you factor in the cost of a car and insurance for that car. Let's just assume that the car is used, and let's just say that it's, I don't know, 20 grand. So 20 grand for a used car, and let's not assume maintenance issues. Insurance, let's assume that it's $150 or $100 a month, just for whatever reason. So it's $1,200 a year already in insurance that you are required by law to have on this car that you're not using, and then the car payment on top of that. And that's assuming that nothing goes wrong with the car. I mean, and to your point, parking, because I'm assuming that there's no such thing as like a free parking space in New York. Yeah. So, yeah.
Someone just asked me, so no, like lifted Ford F-250s, they would not fit along our roads. You might see what are the Isuzu ones? Are they Troopers? I don't know. You might see that kind of thing, or you might see like a Ford Ranger, but they're about the biggest. A Range Rover, like a big Range Rover, they're about the biggest. You can't get them even where I live. Victorian streets, the houses are too close together. You can't get you would never get one of those cars along the streets. If you live in the countryside and you're a farmer, you might want a pickup, but they're not practical for most people. We drive small cars generally.
If you want to get that nice fancy lifted F-150 destroyed, park it in East London overnight and just wait. Because that's a great way to get it keyed and your tires slashed. And then, I don't know,
and you'd
whenever
have
it opens up, they'll tow it.
you'd have no wing mirrors. Like there would be
Yeah.
no wing mirrors left on it. I have a car that you can pull the wing mirrors in on whilst you're driving it in case you go down a really narrow street. That, you know, and I frequently do have to do that, and I drive a fairly small car.
Somebody just said you'll never see a big truck in Italy. Are you kidding me? When I was in Sicily at the end of August, was like I was in a little compact, and there were a couple of times where I got myself into a fucking pickle. Like there was one time where I drove where the Google Maps said to drive, and because it was like, this is a street, and I'm in a compact, okay, and it was like and even with folding the mirrors in, I turned to my girlfriend and I was like, no, fuck this, and it like backed out, like it was like, no, so. Absolutely, like fucking pickup trucks. They're on these fucking like roads up in the fucking mountains and the cliffs, and you're like one car has to pull off to the side for another one to pass. Like fuck.
Oh,
no.
that's a fucking core memory right there.
Yeah.
So when me and my ex, we did a Euro trip, right? So we took a month. We went all over Europe. She drove. So British car. So we went down to Dover, and then took the Channel, hopped into this like what's essentially like a fancy train that you can drive your car onto, and then it takes you over. Now you're in Calais in France, and then you just do your thing. So we drove for a month. Okay. We wanted to avoid tolls. Now, to the average American, when you hear tolls, like toll roads, you're sitting there thinking, is it really that big a deal? What is it, like $1 or something? Because, I mean, in my experience, toll roads have never been more than maybe $1 or $2. I think that I saw one that was $2 or $3 in Florida. Nah, they don't fuck around over there. They do not fuck around. So it was expensive over there for the tolls. So we were trying to avoid those at all costs because it was like a lot of money. And we were going from Italy we were leaving Italy, going through Slovenia into Austria. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know the geography of that, I don't blame you. Basically, imagine Italy. It's the top right part. Okay, the top right part of Italy. We were driving out of there, driving across the country that is between Italy and Austria. That is Slovenia. So, avoiding the toll roads in Slovenia means that you are going to be driving across mountains that don't have roads. It's just like gravel. It's like the concept of a road. It's like somebody thought about a road at some point after they decided to map the mountain. So even in a tiny British car, that was fucking terrifying. Because it's just like a cliff and then a straight drop. And then this itty bitty little gravel road going up and down, up the mountain, down the mountain. It was like that the whole way. Fuck that.
Fuck that shit. What were you gonna say, Erica? What you got?
No, I was just gonna there are parts of this country where the houses either side of the road are so close to each other that only a certain size of car. There are roads that have markings on them that say the width of the car that you can get down the road. So, and you know, I think our driving test is extremely stringent. But it's because you don't know what roads people are going to be driving on, and they could be driving down these crazy little roads.
I forgot that I have video of this. So this is in Taormina, which is on the east coast of Sicily. So this was the hotel that we were staying at, and of course I had called them in advance, and I was like, just want to verify that you guys have parking, because if not, I'll make other but you have parking. And they're like, oh yes, absolutely, we have parking, no problem. I'm like, awesome, fantastic. Oh, Spades is in Sicily. Hello, what a lovely area of Italy you guys are. And so we get there, and I'm like, this is sort of where it's supposed to be, but it's hard. And in these villages in Sicily are like up on these, hillsides, and it's they're kind of like I don't know. It's hard to describe. If you saw season 2 of White Lotus, you'll kind of get it. Anyways, I end up at the top of this road. I was all the way up at the top of this road and couldn't figure out where to go. So my girlfriend calls the hotel, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just drive down the stairs." I'm like, "Excuse me?" And they're like, "Oh yes, just drive down the stairs." Because if you can't see, in the middle, it's a staircase, and it's just 2 strips on either side that are just wide enough to fit your tires. And there's only one car that can fit. Now, this is leaving, which is way, way less intimidating than coming down the one-way road. And so I will play the video for you. This is what it looked like. And this is a very small vehicle. Just to point this out to you guys. A very small vehicle. So, anyways, that's yeah. Sicily.
At first I thought, wow, that's actually a pretty clever thing, until the part in the video where there's a curve. Then I realized, fuck that. No, bad idea. No.
It was one of those things where it was like, it was really cool after the fact, but like in the moment I was like, fuck. And also you come in on a one-way, and you actually would like literally have to stop, do like a little like 3-point turn to make it down into the, and was like, oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Anyways, but now I can laugh about it because it's not a thing now. But shit, it was.
Goddamn Europeans.
Goddamn Europeans. What I mean, we love our European. Goddamn EU members.
Don't bring up that. Don't bring that up, Matthew. I'm still very bitter.
It's too soon.
She's a part of the, was it 49.8%? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm very firmly a Remainer.
I still remember that result, because I came to England the week after Brexit. So that's when I officially moved there. I'd been there a couple times prior, but I was paying attention to the vote because I knew that I was going to get asked about it, because they're like, "Oh, you're American. Oh, do you drive a car when you were 16? Oh, wow, that's amazing. What do you think of Brexit?" I knew that was going to be one of the first things that gets asked. So, yeah, that result was like insultingly narrow. It was basically almost the same margin as the 2024 popular vote.
It was so bad. Sorry, Erica. I mean, it's no electing Donald Trump, but I mean, it's still bad.
No. Shelley's just asked, do you have pew-pews? Are you asking all of us, or are you asking one of us?
Or are you asking if the UK has them, or I'm
Yeah, you be more specific and we'll answer your question.
Yeah, I looked it up. So the results were 51.9 to 48.1. Just to like, yeah. Also, rip Scotland. Goddamn.
I would say, oh, it's a British question to Americans. Yeah, it depends where you go in the States. In a lot of places, you can just tell because they're carrying them around. I would say I've never been more disappointed in my country than Brexit, but we've topped that various times since then. So, it's just par for the course, really.
Shelley, to answer your question, Nemo and I can very, very well illustrate for you the difference in our two areas and how we would be different. In my area, because I live in Massachusetts, and we are a very liberal state, and we have very, very strict pew-pew laws. In fact, we have generally the lowest incidence of pew-pew violence, or like the second lowest. Usually, I think like Vermont is generally in front of us, but usually number 1 or number 2. And we have very strict laws. There's no such thing as concealed carry here, like anywhere. And just to have one, you've got to apply for multiple permits and blah blah. There's a lot of regulation here in Massachusetts. So, and now Nemo can explain to you Georgia.
The end.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Short version is there's what's called constitutional carry, as in permitless carry. And I think as long as you're an adult, they don't really give a shit. And even you, sometimes you don't even really have to be an adult. Like my first gun, the Second Amendment device I got when I think I was like 12, 13 for Christmas.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks it's crazy that you can have one of those, but you can't drink a glass of wine until you're 21? Like, that's crazy.
Yes.
I think Erica, I think so much of it is like what you grew up around and what is acceptable, right? Because my family is way more like, I bet, like what you grew up like. Nobody in my family, not a single person, owned a firearm except I take that back. I had one uncle who hunted. And he had a single rifle. One. And I have a very large family. And one. And so that was just not at all culture in my family. And then also, like, when I was a teenager, my parents, if we were at home and we were in a controlled situation, I got to have a glass of wine. And
from the age of about 5 or 6, my mum and dad are not big drinkers, but if they had like wine with dinner, we would have a teeny tiny bit of wine topped up with like Sprite or 7-Up, right from when we were really little. And then gradually the amount of wine got more and the amount of 7-Up got less. But that meant when I was 18 and I had my 18th birthday, I was already used to, there was no like suddenly I turned 21 and I had alcohol poisoning and had to be taken to hospital and have my stomach pumped, because we were used to it.
This is exactly right. And the same thing for me. I didn't go through that binge period that was not that wasn't a thing, and there was no mystery about it. I'm not saying that I didn't go to parties and have fun, get get drunk. I mean, come on, we were, all young kids at one point in time. But I didn't go crazy on it because I didn't understand it, or I was like, I understood it. I get it. It was demystified, right? And to your point, Erica, when I took my daughter, we she got to go on her first international trip. She's 9. We got to go on our first international trip, and we were in France in February. And when we were there, she got to have about that much red wine, and it was a very very special and exciting experience for her, just because a little bit, and she tried it. She was like, that was great, and I was like, there you go, that's a little bit of a thing. I was like, you can have a little bit because you're here, and that's what they do here, and this is their tradition. I was like, so you can have a little bit. There you go, some wine,
Yeah. And in France, it's even more common than it is in the UK. In France, like, they will have watered down wine for kids with dinner, like, the whole time. And I think people need to, I mean, we have moved on from this, but historically, when water wasn't good to drink, people only drank wine and beer and, like, because it was clean in comparison to water. It's only within fairly recent history that we've had clean water sources, and even then, we all know stories of places that don't have clean, good water to drink. So,
yeah, that's why beer and ale were the beverages of choice for so long.
yeah, mead. Everyone loves a good mead, right?
So I'll go to the Ren Fair.
Yeah, I take it nobody likes a good mead.
No.
I've never actually had mead. I'm just,
Mold mead rips. Okay.
Mulled wine here. Do you have mulled wine at Christmas?
Yeah, it's
Mulled wine is the work of the devil. I swear, it's disgusting.
I'm pretty sure like we call it cider. Like I don't think it's literally the same thing, but it's essentially the same thing. Like it's called cider here and mulled wine there.
Oh, you can get mulled cider here as well, but yeah, mulled.
Well,
disgusting.
I've actually had both, right? So, Nemo, because I know what you're talking about, mulled cider, but mulled wine. You know what mulled wine is like? Mulled wine is actually almost more like, it's like a warm sangria. Would be more like what mulled wine is. Like it's kind of like that. That's the best way. I've only had it a couple of times, but it's far less popular here. Nemo's right. Mulled cider would be far more popular here. Yeah.
I've every time I drink mulled wine, I feel like, at the dentist where you clean out your mouth with the water with the oil of cloves in after you've had do you do that? You have to rinse your mouth out with water, and it has a little bit of oil of clove in it.
No.
At the dentist, no?
Oil of clove?
Yeah, oil of clove is like oil of cloves is like something. If you have dental pain, oil of cloves is really good. It like numbs. You put it on your tooth, and it like numbs your tooth. So they put this tiny bit of oil of cloves in the water. Yeah, it is. It's a natural anesthetic. It's really good for dental pain. So, so they put a tiny bit in the water at the dentist to kind of, if you've had some dental work done, clove oil or
This is news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just put it on a Q-tip and dab it on your tooth. Don't get it on your gum though, because it's like But they put it in the water, and it so anything with cloves in reminds me of the dentist.
Got it. That makes sense. I could see that.
That is like one of those very British holdovers names, like oil of clove. Before we finish with oil of clove, here's some milk with a poppy to take the edge off.
That's right. And then
someone in the
mother of
comments, though,
magnesia.
some milk of magnesia.
I know I said it right. I know.
Someone in the comments said though, oil of cloves does work if you have dental pain.
I didn't need confirmation. I believed you. I think I think everybody believed you, but
so everyone's going to be
validation.
out by. I once had a really bad abscess under a tooth, and if it weren't for over the counter medications and oil of cloves, I would have been a mess.
Somebody said in the Fish Taco guy says we need some yes, I agree. We need some Trump supporters. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop on up. We'd like to talk to some Trump supporters. We've got some time left to talk to Trump supporters. We'd like to talk to Trump supporters. So get on up. Quick and friendly reminder, drop a follow here on the main account and the backup account. Follow our friend Erica. She's private. She'll accept you after the fact. Follow our friend Nemo over here. Also, please make sure that you're subscribed over on the tube. We're on the tube. Subscribe on the tube. Like over there. Share it out. Drop a comment. We appreciate. I see you guys over there. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for being there. You can also find the link right there to Nemo's tube account. You can also find pay links on the screen. You can also find them in our BIOs. All of them right here if you guys want to support the live, and we do appreciate all of your support. So, yeah.
I just have to, because I like apologizing. I have to just apologize to the person in the comments who said that I just made their Oragel stock plummet. I do apologize for that, but maybe you should invest in a clove farm. That might be the way to go.
Get Erica with the natural remedies in here. We just start calling her RFK Jr.
Yeah, I was gonna say, call me RFK.
If you eat 15 pounds of cloves, you can't even feel your face afterwards. It's a very powerful anesthetic that was used during the Dark Ages. Put onions in your pockets and then shove cloves up your nose. And just hop up and down on one foot, speak Spanish, and you won't be able to shit for a week.
Why does he sound like he should voice a sheep in a TV show, like an animated TV show,
Damn.
Oh my God, that would be so good. I wouldn't watch it because, oh my God, his voice. Holy shit. I mean, Nemo did a good job. I'm not gonna lie. That was like on par with Seth. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been practicing, you guys. He's been practicing.
I can't do any impressions of anybody. Like, I'm really bad at pretending to be other people.
Like nobody?
No, I can't do any impressions. I can do a few accents, but I can't do impressions.
For whatever reason, like there are certain accents that I can imitate, and then there are other ones that I can hear them clearly in my head. I know exactly what they sound like. I can even get it, like pinpoint it down to the differences in pronunciation, like the sounds, the way that the mouth is shaped and stuff, but I can't mimic them. And it's so frustrating.
Whoever said they love my American accent, which one? I do several, and all in the same sentence often. Oh. Matt has left Nemo and I unsupervised. But while he's gone, if you haven't sent your daily heart me, do all that stuff. You know, do the shares, do the taps, do all the things. You know the things.
Kaylin, you asked any advice on dealing with MAGA family. Well, I have a lot of MAGA family. My strategy is to just kind of nod and smile until they go away. Thankfully, I only have to interact with them on a rare basis, like, 2-3 times a year, maybe. So, yeah. They also are not so psychotic that they insist on bringing up politics. Like, they don't know that I do this, but they know that I'm liberal, and so we tend to just not talk about politics, and that's fine. And if anything tangentially political comes up, I just nod and smile until they shut up, and then we change the subject.
That's very good advice. And I would say don't do what I did once. Most of my more conservative family isn't all the way MAGA. And so I don't really it's not really that bad, so don't really have to deal with it. But I think I've told you guys that I do have one family member that is, and I made the mistake of turning on the debate thing, and it was not good, and I really wouldn't recommend that one. I wouldn't recommend doing. But the problem is that she was really poking and poking and poking for a really long time. I'm not talking about over a day or a week or a month. I'm talking about a couple of years before I finally engaged.
I know who this is in your family.
I know,
right?
and
We've
I've mentioned
talked
it
about
before.
him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that I'm not happy that I did. But I'm not well, you kind of brought this one on yourself. But I was still not great. And so I think it all just depends on who is that person to you, if they're that bad. But if they're not, like I said, if I have other conservative family, nobody is really that crazy, which is good. Like I said, that I can deal with, and there's a mutual respect there. But I can't, that if they're bringing it up all the time and they're trying to reel you into a thing, that's a rough position to be in.
I have one. So my mum has two sisters, right? She has a twin sister and she has another sister. The other sister, her family are quite right wing, especially one of her sons, so my cousin. And I never bring up politics when I'm talking to them, but he will often call me a lefty or, start trying to engage me in a political discussion. And I just think, take the hint. I am not trying to change your mind about what you think. Why are you trying to change my mind about what I think? But also, he doesn't like migrants. Where in the world do you think his wife is from? Where in the world do you think, the one person in my family who is married to a migrant, who do you think that is?
She's Polish, isn't she?
No, she's not far away from there though.
Ah.
She is Eastern European. She's from Belarus.
Ah.
Oh.
And the funniest thing about it is he purposefully married a woman from abroad because he said that British women were too bossy. I don't know if you've ever met a Russian, but he is only allowed to eat food in his own house that has been pre-approved by his wife. So he goes round to his mum's house and eats food and pretends he hasn't because his wife is such a bully.
Yeah, Russian women are known to be very docile.
I mean, she's probably got like some type of reflexive. If you don't know where food is prepared, it will be poisoned with polonium. Like when Putin poisoned man with polonium tea, it's like that. It's like it's no good. Okay, so only I make the food for you. Okay.
In Soviet Russia, food poison you. Literally. Literally. It's not a joke. Literally.
I just find it funny that he went somewhere else to find a wife who was not bossy and ended up with the bossiest woman I have ever met in my entire life. It's just funny to me. And he's clearly incredibly miserable. And I love that for him.
It's so mean, Erica.
I don't care. He's a dick.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, where shall I start? No. And what's ironic is he was the one of my two cousins that I liked better when I was a child. Now I just don't like either of them.
Oh.
I have a very small family. There's not many of us. That's what a small family is. It's the opposite of your family, Matt.
Sounds like it. My feeling's quite big. So. What?
Read in my Discord. God damn. In capitalist America, banks rob you.
Oh, damn. Good one, Reb. Excellent. That's not funny. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Any Trump supporters? Any of them? Boris and Natasha. Wow. That's a real throwback. A lot of people would never get that reference. Yeah, anybody? G-Balls. Come on up. We can have you up like now if you want here. I'll even invite you.
I think G-Balls wrote that sentence incorrectly. He said Trump is the GOAT. I think he just used the wrong article. He used the definite article when he should have used the indefinite article. Trump is a goat, like the farm animal. It's very easy to mix up a definite article and an indefinite article. I get it.
It says he used it correctly. That's interesting. G-Balls, why did you decline my invite? Come on down.
Are you impressed I know the American Price is Right theme?
I mean, actually, I am, quite frankly. Because I don't think a lot of them know that there's a different Price is Right theme for the UK.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Is the goat's name Bubba?
No, I think the horse's name is Bubba, isn't it?
Yeah, the horse's name really was. I don't debate Trump's already present gigs.
I think that's Gigi's, like good game.
Like good games. That's
Gigi's?
like,
God damn, that's cringe, man.
Either that or he's talking about Bubba the horse as well. The Gigi's.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, that's fine, G-Balls. That's cool. I mean, it's a video game, I guess. So, man. Okay, bud. Why are they all cringe now? They're so cringe.
Typical American. Claim G-Balls. Actually, pussy.
I 100% believe it was the poor horse. I mean, I feel like it's a 50-50 shot. Honestly, I feel like it.
I feel like they would rather it be the horse. They would be more comfortable with that than Bill Clinton, honestly.
Did you hear the Alex Jones clip?
Wait, what? No.
All right, hold on. Hold, please. I'm loath to play Alex Jones here, but I've got to for everybody because his cope is just delightful. Really. And when I say delightful, I mean delightful. Hold, please. Oh, you know what? I have to get our friend Crystal posted a video about this. Let's go to her. Unless they took it down. Oh, that might have been one that they took down. Hold on. Yeah, no, it was a little controversial. Let's see if it's here. If it's not, I think I can get it on X.
I went to log into my X account the other day, and it's logged me out, and I can't remember the password, and my phone has not saved it, which is a real shame.
Yep, it's one that they took down from her account. So, here, I'll find it. Here. Got it. Hold on. Here we go.
G-Balls, you can get out of here by swiping. You don't appear to be very happy. So you can swipe out. Although you appear to be enjoying it, a little bit. I don't know. Just like make your mind up and stay or go. Do one or the other. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. So I think I've got it queued up to the right spot. So this is good old piece of shit, bankrupt loser. Have to say that for for legal purposes. Alex Jones. The other day on the Throtus thing.
Let's look at what Donald Trump was saying. Or not Donald
There's
Trump.
no
Alex
video
Jones.
of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen.
What?
And so what if there was? And so what if there was? And so what if there was? He said that. Just real quick, just for those of you who might want to hear that one more time.
Let's look at what Donald Trump was saying. Or not Donald
There's
Trump.
no
Alex Jones.
video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen.
So what if there was?
Nicholas has just reminded me that people have now started calling Donald Trump Throtus.
Mm-hmm. Throtus, yes, correct.
Which I pretty much love.
I mean, he is the Throtus with the mostest throat. No, that doesn't really work. Never mind.
The throat.
Listen here, Owen. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay. But even if they did, that's better than World War III, don't you think, Owen?
Bobby, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? You should get that checked out, Bobby. Okay. Well, we tried. So yeah, that was good old Alex Jones.
But I just want to remind everyone that Kamala Harris slept her way to the top. Just a reminder. Just a reminder.
Oh. Well, it only counts if it's women, Erica. You know that.
Of course it does. There's a lot of things that only count if you're a woman, apparently.
It's true. Agreed. What is it? Why are you being, what's wrong with you?
I know what's coming now. Obi time.
He's being so whiny. I don't know why he's being so whiny.
Obi, why are you being so... He can't hear me, can he? Can you put your headphones on him for a moment? I'd like to talk to him. Obi, your dad is very nasty to me, so you keep whining, Obi. He's not very nice to me, okay? You give him hell.
What did she say to you? What?
Obi, don't tell him. Don't tell him, Obi.
She said I'm nasty to you? What? To keep whining? Really? It's kind of shitty. It's not very nice at all, Erica.
Maybe he's just like, I need my 5 minutes of fame, Dad.
Maybe. He also might need to go out. That's also
Go
possible.
potty.
Yeah, he might, but it's okay.
Someone said, watch him bark with a British accent. I've actually heard Matt's daughter's British accent. So,
as I've mentioned before, Peppa Pig is a British psyop to get American children into British culture. They're prepping us to rejoin the British Empire, people. It's a psyop. Peppa Pig is a psyop.
you'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back. Time will tell. You'll remember how we served you well. Oceans rise. Empires fall. Yeah, anyway.
And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you could all pet that dog, but he's unfortunately only virtually available to you. I apologize. I'm sorry. I would absolutely let all 680 something of you pet my dog. He's a dachshund. Full dachshund. And everybody asks, his official coloring is black and tan dapple piebald. So
Try signing that on the back of a credit card.
Heyo. All right, I'm going to leave. I think he maybe does need to go out for a second, so I'm going to leave you two alone for unsupervised for another minute. So I'll be right back. So best of luck. Godspeed. We're all counting on you.
I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da
Yeah, we're playing the long game, guys. 250 years. 250 years ago, they decided what Peppa Pig was going to be, and now we've got you. It's like 5D chess. 5D chess.
See, Americans thought that when the British lost India, that was the ending of the empire. That was the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. No, that was what's called a pawn sacrifice. They just had to wait. America's coming back.
Well, love, Nemo, someone just asked me how are wait lines for the NHS, right? What this makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because I have been intimately involved with the NHS over the last two or so years while my dad was having cancer treatment. And there were no wait lines. No wait lines for treatment that is absolutely needed.
The most annoying part of the absurd wait at the NHS was me having to wake up at 8 in the morning to call them for a same-day appointment. That was it. That was the only annoying part.
The horror.
Yeah, I have to do that with my surgery. You are 16th in line.
On the phone, and it takes like, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe of waiting for a same-day appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Just miserable.
And mine, the last time I called my doctor was Monday last week because my mental health was suffering. And by lunchtime, I'd had a phone appointment and I had the medication that I need, which got delivered to my house for free. Crazy.
I love it when Erica talks about her universal health care that she has.
What's it like getting or trying to get a same-day appointment in the U.S.? Oh, my sweet summer child. You know nothing of the urgent care. There's a thing called urgent care that you can go to. And then you get to wait like an hour and a half to be seen by a doctor for 5 minutes and get charged out the wazoo for it. Yeah.
Yep.
We have urgent care as well, but you only really have to use it if you don't have an allocated GP. So you don't have an allocated family doctor, then you go to urgent care. Or if it's out of hours, if it's evenings or weekends, you would go to the urgent care. But we also have this great phone service called 111, where you just dial 111 and you tell them what's wrong with you, and they triage you over the phone, and then they decide whether you need to speak to a doctor or not. And then the doctor will call you, and if you need to go to the urgent care, they will tell you. But quite often they can prescribe over the phone. Crazy.
Holy shit.
What?
I feel like that would be 95% of all doctor's visits for me. Because half the time, they don't even need to take my vitals. I just like, I'll ask them a couple questions, they'll ask me a couple questions, and then that's it.
Yeah. But hey, Nemo, it definitely wouldn't bring healthcare costs down in America.
Nah, not at all. Everyone knows it would skyrocket. It would. Because you didn't factor in the cost of gas in your car to get to the doctor's office and the cost of the electric bill at the doctor's office because they put in a new central heat and air system, and you didn't factor in the fact they have light bulbs in the doctor's office. Therefore, it will cost more.
I was telling Erica about that because she saw the first part of Millie, but she didn't get to the end, like where we ended up. And I was like, oh my God.
I find that at the moment, I haven't been into my doctor's surgery probably for about 3 or 4 years, because most of the issues I have are with my asthma, and the doctor knows that I know about my asthma, and if I say that my asthma is bad, my asthma is bad. And so they just prescribe for me over the phone. Like, you know, if I have a chest infection, they know I have a chest infection, so they prescribe for me over the phone. If it's something new or I need them to examine me, I'll go into the doctor. I'll call at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'll go in. But as it is, because of what's going on with my family at the moment and the doctor's surgery all know us, they're like, just give us a call, we'll fit you in.
That's nice. That's good.
I tell you, the pharmacy have been excellent as well. Like, normally they don't deliver stuff, but they've gone out of their way to deliver everything to us, and you know, they're very, very good. I've had a hug from every single person that works at that fucking pharmacy in the last 2 weeks. Swear to God.
I feel like that's not super sanitary around flu season, but okay.
Oh, they gave me my flu vax as well, so you know, we're fine.
I'm just not going to get any more Trump supporters, are we, huh? No more Trumpers.
You could you know, it's probably not worth it now, though, is it?
It's 135. No, I don't have enough time.
It's a shame G-Balls has got no balls. Otherwise,
well, Trump won, and that's it. So I just assume that's what his voice sounds like.
I think you're probably right.
I'm G-Balls. That's what my voice sounds like. Oh, sorry. My deepest apologies. I'm G-Balls, and this is what my voice sounds like.
Why would you call yourself G-Balls if you're a woman? That makes no sense.
Really makes none at all. No, 0 sense. Oh, that's better.
Right.
See, there you go. Oh, good.
Wait, G-Balls said that they're female. So you do understand the concept of taking offense to being incorrectly identified.
Crazy.
Ain't that a bitch?
Oh, shit.
Oop.
No. I don't like being misgendered. Saw you the other night. Cool. Welcome back, me. Yes, welcome back, you. Thank you, Taryn. Welcome back. Oh, how the turntables are turned. Yes, exactly. We had a couple earlier. Oh, by the way, how many of you were in Brian's live earlier when our friend Dom came up under a different username?
Oh boy.
How many times did Dom lose his shit within a 5-minute period?
It was pretty funny because he was up with Diava, so Diava came up too, and he lost his shit a few times. He actually calmed down like by the end, but it was pretty funny. It was pretty, because it's Dom. It was pretty funny. So, speaking of funny, it's Thick. What's up, Thick? How's it going?
Oh, 1 moment.
Okay.
Can I just remind you, I don't know how long ago it was. I feel like it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. But Dom said he was going to go away and learn about the Constitution and come back and he would know all of it. So can I just remind you, I mean, if you want me to set the test, I'll set the test. But if you would like to set the test, you can set the test, you know.
You think Russia's got that Hubba Bubba tape?
I got this from Thick on Discord. This made me giggle.
Think Russia's got that? Got that?
He's got that Hubba Bubba bubble tape.
He was blowing bubbles, let me tell you. I
Did you
didn't
guys-
inhale, but he sure did.
Okay, so did you guys? I scrolled in on Seth's live earlier today, and I don't know what the hell was going on. I didn't realize that there was a McDonald's Impact Summit. I didn't realize that was a thing that evidently we had. Donald Trump spoke at the McDonald's Impact Summit today. It was one of the most deranged things I've ever heard him talk about. Like, I am so confused as to A, what the fuck it was, and B, what Iran and Jimmy Carter and all these other things that he brought up during this had to do with it. Find me one Joe Biden speech that was half as deranged as that, and I will give you my entire salary for the year.
You'll never.
I know.
Never.
I will live. I'm gonna live comfortably for the rest of the year. I'm gonna be fine.
I need Donald Trump to stop taking Jimmy Carter's name in vain. I need him to stop. Like, that's over the line.
It was insane.
I saw some of it. Someone was like, "Can we watch it?" It's rather long.
It's like 40. He spoke for 45 minutes nonstop.
Yeah.
Like, he did not stop to breathe the entire time, and like just rambled. And he also mispronounced Cuba.
He did? I missed that
He
part.
did. I forget who he was talking about, but he goes, he came over from communist Cuba.
Cuba?
He said, I shit you not, he said communist Cuba.
You gotta watch out for those Cougars.
Because I was cooking and I stopped and I walked over to my phone and I was like, hold on, did he just fucking say Cooper? Did he just say communist Cooper?
The only time that I fuck up the pronunciation of Cuba is if I'm saying Cuba Gooding Jr. really fast. I'll fuck it up and say Cuba, but that's it. That's the only time.
But that's okay because I've heard I've seen say Cuba. You know, that's with people with accents. That's not even that bad, dude. That's fine. But saying Cuba, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Communist Cuba.
He came from Cuba.
And also, there was General Raising Cane, which I'm not sure if he actually thinks that if the restaurant is named after a general, but yeah, it was bad shit. I genuinely don't know what the fuck it was about.
The bits that I saw from earlier, I caught some of it on Crystal's live, and some of it on Seth's live too. But it was just he was just rambling and just saying shit. Like he was bragging to them about like getting rid of estate taxes and shit. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
like we just all these different things. I'm just like, cool. Like
he talked for like 5 minutes about how clean McDonald's restaurants were and how he's been in so many McDonald's. He talked about tartar sauce for a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yep. He talked about going through the
you.
drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
I told you tartar sauce is for Americans. I told you that.
Yeah. What? Yeah, of course. I use tartar sauce all the time. Especially with my fried
No.
clams. Yeah, why? What?
Absolutely not.
Who said it wasn't for Americans?
No, tartar. Somebody said that I should get tartar sauce on my fish and chips, and I was like, tartar sauce is for Americans who eat fish and chips.
No, I wouldn't put it on my fish and chips. Absolutely not. But I do use it for my fried clams up here because tartar sauce and fried clams is a fucking match made in heaven. But never on my fish and chips. Absolutely not.
My fish and chips were freaking delicious.
He said, quote, they saw a lot of unbelievable activity at the McDonald's next to the base where they take off. The McDonald's was doing right 5 times. They were going crazy. So they say, there's something going on over there. The biggest activity the McDonald's has ever had. It was a nice story. That's a direct quote. That is verbatim.
This is the worst.
It's the only place on earth where your leader is going to be talking at the McDonald's Impact Summit.
To be fair, though, McDonald's has had a large impact on his waistline, so I can see why he was the guest speaker.
Are we great yet? Is this greatness? Are we great?
Yeah, Jesus fuck. Man.
He also said, as you may have heard, I'm also one of your most loyal customers. I really am. I think that's good. I'm pretty sure that's good. While other politicians fly around on campaign planes stocked with expensive catering, on Trump Force One, we only serve McDonald's.
I'm never, ever, ever, ever taking British food hate again. When the President of the United States, who arguably has access to the best chefs in the world, is serving McDonald's on Air Force One. Like, don't you ever come for me about beans on toast again. I'm not having it.
Oh, this is another good one. And then they said skedaddle, the word skedaddle, and that plane was like, or went like this. You know, when it drops a bomb, it goes down very steeply because that gives it a better angle and, you know, more speed for the bomb. Very, very heavy bombs, and they go boom.
Fuck.
He has the best words, Nemo.
Like, at this point, you can almost reverse engineer some of his rambling statements. So he's talking about a plane getting a better angle with a bomb because he probably asked why is it nose diving whenever they were doing something in the Situation Room and they had to explain it to him, and he just filed that away. And he decided to bring it back for some unrelated bullshit.
Fucking, that's 100% what that is.
I heard a little bit of it. Didn't he mention groceries again?
I think so. I was trying to figure out if I was actively having a stroke or not while I listened to it.
Oh, actually, I think he mentioned groceries when he was talking to the FIFA people earlier in the day. What groceries and FIFA have to do with one another, I have no fucking clue. But
Melons are shaped like soccer balls.
Or soccer balls are shaped like melons. Which came first?
There you go. Melons would have come first.
Well, yeah, I know, but you know, some melons are shaped more like rugby balls.
Or more accurately, rugby balls would be shaped like melons, right?
Either or.
I hate that we live in a timeline where I was legitimately asked by my friend today who lives in Canada. Love this girl to death. Are we really living in a timeline where it's speculated that your president blew a horse?
Yeah.
I Hey, listen, you're not the first country to be asked awkward questions like that. I don't know if anyone remembers David Cameron and the pig's head,
Look, see,
but
I forgot if it was Cameron or if it was Bojo.
Look,
yeah, no, it was
look,
Cameron. But let's face it, if Cameron did it, Bojo did it too.
look. I made a video about this the other day, and no one else has made this joke, and I think it's criminal. But if he did blow the horse, the ivermectin makes a lot more sense.
It really does.
That's a rim shot.
I've heard that you can get horse paste for free, and so I'm trying to get that paste out of Mr. Ed. I'm trying right now. Okay.
He got that clip clop.
G-Balls, I said you should come up on the panel, and you said only if I can have a date, and I said I'd rather blow an orangutan. But, you know, if
Look,
you do want...
Given the state of the world right now.
Well, you know, I'm just following in the footsteps of Donald Trump, let's be honest. But, you know, if you want to, because you keep saying how you can destroy us, you know, I'd love you to try.
It's always the ones that say that never come up. He sounded hoarse today. Ah, Kayla. Good one. He actually
shit.
really did. He sounded fucking terrible.
It sounded like shit.
He really did.
He said somebody asked him about it in the FIFA thing, and he said it was because he was shouting at somebody. He was shouting at another country about trade policy. No, he was shouting at the DOJ that they hadn't retracted his name from everything in the Jeff files.
Could you just imagine? Could you just imagine, like, how insane it would be? Because, like, he's gonna go off to the Mar-a-Lago in the sky, like, sooner rather than later. At this point, like, before his term is over, he's gonna kick the metaphorical KFC bucket. Yeah. Could you just imagine how, like, insane it would be to just, like, hear him rambling and then just drop on camera?
It would be one of the best days of my life, dude.
I don't want to say fingers crossed, but fingers crossed, right?
People got upset at me for laughing over fucking Charlie Kirk earlier this year. I'm gonna throw a goddamn party. I will wind up on a watch list.
Are you kidding me? I was earlier a couple months ago. I was in with Seth, and we were like putting together a playlist for that day.
I threw him a couple songs.
I was like throwing songs in too. I'm like, here, like this song and this song, and I was like, this is gonna be a fire playlist when that day comes. I'm like, let's go.
Surely all you need is Kool and the Gang Celebrate on repeat.
Well, I mean, you know, which
Party
is,
in the USA.
Yeah, I mean, you need. I mean, Erica, to be fair, you need it. You know, Cool Celebrate is great, but how many times can you listen to that song on repeat? You know what I mean? So
I've worked in retail. The amount of songs I can listen to on repeat is like you don't even want to know.
I don't know. I've been there, done that. But I'm just saying. Yeah. So, but it's a great playlist. I think Seth may even have it posted publicly somewhere. But everyone was like throwing in stuff. I was like, no one's added "Don't Stop Believin'" to the. I was like, that's got to be in here. Like, throw that shit in here. Like, it was great. We were having a good time. It was good times. Yeah. So.
I worked in retail. For so long. I worked so much that I could now when I hear certain songs, I think I know what's going to come on after them because I heard the same thing so many times. So in my head, I've just got, oh, next is this.
I mean, this is probably like, yeah, this is like the highest likelihood of us seeing this on camera, because it was like a couple of years ago that Ron Paul had a stroke in the middle of an interview, like on camera. And I mean, he was okay afterwards, but yeah, he literally had a stroke. And then Mitch McConnell had whatever that was. I guess it was technically a seizure, but homeboy just went silent for like a minute straight,
Hard
mid
reset.
sentence.
Yeah, like an absence. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, what else? I mean, obviously Charlie Kirk, that whole thing. Yeah, like we could actually see this on camera.
So
you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
there was a very famous English comedian called Tommy Cooper, and he used to do kind of prop comedy and stuff. And Tommy Cooper had a heart attack on stage in front of everybody. And because he was a comedian, he used to do all this kind of physical comedy and prop comedy. Everybody thought that it was part of the joke. And he literally unalived on the stage in front of everybody, and nobody called an ambulance or anything because they thought that he was doing a joke.
That was on like a late night TV show, wasn't it? Like they left him on there for like a minute or two before they realized, and then they kind of kept him there.
Yeah, it was live on TV that it happened. Yeah. Yeah.
God damn, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Jeez. We also have video of George H.W. Bush puking into the Japanese Prime Minister's lap. That has been around for many years now.
Man.
Did you just look it up, Matt?
What's that?
Did you just look Tommy Cooper
up? No, I didn't look Tommy Cooper up. I was actually I was thinking about someone else. But the person I was thinking of unalived themselves on live TV.
Who was that?
A politician. His name was Bud Dwyer. And yeah, don't watch it. Exactly. Actually, it's a really hard video to find, or at least it used to be. Yeah. So yeah, he's in Pennsylvania. But he was being accused of I think it was like embezzlement or something like that. And yeah, he called a press conference and had a manila folder. Called a press conference, had a manila folder, and like handed off some paperwork to a couple of different people, and then just pulled it out of the manila folder and told everyone to stay back, and he did it. And it's really terrible. We have seen some politicians end it on it's happened a few times.
That's never happened here. The one recent thing, like of a medical thing that I remember, and it was one of the footballers from, I think is like Christensen, something from Denmark, had a heart attack and like unalived on the pitch, and they managed. It was during the Euros or the World Cup during COVID, and they said that it was because of the that's it, Christian Eriksen. They said it was people were speculating it was because he had the VAX, but actually he hadn't. Nobody had at that time. It was too early. Well, not people of his age anyway. But of course they speculated that.
Say that, it's so terrible. Oh boy. Well, I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't think we're gonna get any more Trump supporters. And we are hitting 2 a.m. here, and yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to say we should call it. We should call it because we're, because you want me to be nice and rested for tomorrow night. Yeah. So I think we should wrap things up. Before we do, drop your last minute follows. Follow the main account up here and the backup account. Follow our friends Erica and Thick and Nemo. Erica's private, by the way. If you click on her account, it won't look like you followed her, but she'll accept you at some point later. And then with Nemo, make sure you follow his many accounts. This is his second account, so make sure you follow his main especially, but then also his other backups. Also, join up on the Discord. It's always a good way to know when we're going live. You get to see when Nemo is on, hops up on someone's random panel. That's always nice. And then lastly, go over to the Tube. Make sure you're subscribed on the Tube. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Nemo's Tube link is also on there, so you can go to his Tube and subscribe there as well. But as we keep going, if you guys can take a minute during the live, go over there, watch for a few, drop a comment, like it, share it. Help all the good things with the algo as soon as we can. As soon as we can get up to 1,000. That's when we can start doing more fun stuff over there. So that would be great if we can get to it. Yes, somebody raid somebody.
It's a good thing you're ending.
What's that?
It's a good thing you're ending because You ever have one of those moments where like you've been working on something for literally fucking hours trying to figure out what's wrong with it, only for it to be the simplest fucking thing, and when you stumble across it, you're just like, oh my god, I am the dumbest person in the world.
Yes. I've been there.
Yeah.
And I feel for you. How about that?
I just had that, and I'm gonna go Baja Blast myself into the sun.
Well, I hope you Mountain Dew that shit on the way, man. You deserve it. Yes, I say we should raid. But let's see. Manda is already not. She's not debating. Let's see here.
Is Joey on?
I'm looking. Joey is on. I'm definitely inclined to go over there. Unless Nemo, is there somewhere that you think that you might hop up to be? If there is, I'm happy to send send folks with you since you got a late start. And if you want to stay up and debate, obviously. If not, I think everyone should go to Joey. But I don't know. Do you see anybody?
Yeah, we can try Joey. It looks like Santana and Chris are also on, but I don't know. I think Santana might be ending soon.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you wanted to try to go over with Chris, that's up to you. I don't know. It's up if you think, or we can go over to Joey too.
Have we ever raided Chris before?
We did. We did it once. We did.
Oh
once.
yeah, that's right.
And then you got up. Actually, you were up with him. So, but I don't know. What do you think? Oh, there's
Does anybody know if Santana's ending? If he's not ending, then let's raid Santana.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no MAGA with Joey. Okay. I don't know. It looks like he's got a bunch of people up. So I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Let's raid Santana then.
All right. We'll give Santana. You know what? And I think I owe him one anyways because he's come in a couple of times. So we'll go to Santana. All right. Let's go to Santana. Tell him we sent you. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern. Thanks to our friends for being here. We had a great time. Good night to everybody. Tip your servers. Try the veal. And we'll see you guys later on. Good night. And to our friends over on the Tube, I appreciate you guys being here.